Yo. There. No, I can extend it. No worries. Yeah, we just have 2 water cooler topics. The World Series. Oh, hey, we're here. Oh, we're all live. Hold on. All of a sudden, we're live. Hey. What's up, everybody? That's what happens when we just start streaming. Hey, so we're gonna go. We're gonna give you a little bit of time while Scott gets ready, and be with you guys here shortly. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's get to it. Let's get going, everybody. Welcome into the Action Lab. You guys, I mean, sometimes we just like to give you behind the scenes content. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
Slacker Sky. What's up, Marie? What's up, Pierre? How we doing tonight?
I just got home from the zoo with my kids. So no slacker. Just my wife's work had an event there, and literally just walked through the door.
Let's go.
What's up, football wife and Marie? Football wife, how you doing? You said in our Discord today that you got the vid. You got it, and it's been a rough couple days for you, so I hope you're doing a little better now.
Hey, Nico, thanks for that redemption. Let's go. We're ready to go here tonight in the Action Lab. Scotty, you're looking like you just got off the golf course or something.
I thought I had time to even change, Chris. I was going to change. I don't typically wear my Sunday best on this show. You're in a jersey, and I'm sitting here rocking a collared shirt, looking classy as hell. No big deal.
Do you want to give you a chance to go change real quick, Scotty?
Do you want me to change, Chris?
It's up to you, man. It's up to you. I want you to feel comfortable tonight.
At this point, it is what it is. I was going to turn on some lights. I don't even have my lights on yet. I got like nothing going on here, Chris. I haven't plugged in my phone, which needs to charge. And I don't have a drink in front of me, Chris.
Oh, see, that's a
which is a big problem. That's actually the largest problem.
I mean, how are we going to exclamation point drink without a drink in your hand?
I mean, I ironically, I got a water because I was a little thirsty when I got home. But I was like, oh, I'll have time to go make myself a little cocktail. I mean, by cocktail, I mean just whiskey and ice. Murray's like, get a drink.
Go get a drink. We need Scotty in full effect tonight.
But should I keep the collar on, guys?
Guys,
is it too much? Is it okay?
Should Scotty keep it going here? What should Scotty do? Should he switch out of his outfit, or should he ride it out tonight? What do you guys think? Throw it in the chat. Hope you don't have it, Pierre. Yeah. Hey, everyone who's not feeling good, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you get better. Said Marie says no. I think Marie only wants you to just go get a drink.
I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
Go take care of yourself. Pierre wants you to switch. Change that crap. Oh man. All right. So everyone wants you to change now. Okay. Well, there you go. He gone. So you know what? It is what it is. My internet is out, but I'm going to try to watch from my phone. Love it. Love it, Chairman. Appreciate you popping by. Now, we have a big show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you guys are new, oh man, I got these. All right, so I got these new headphones. These are new Sony headphones that I haven't. I bought. They're the noise canceling. They're like, my last set of headphones that I was wearing were like tearing apart on the edge. These are great. They still work. But man, these noise canceling headphones, ooh, man, they're money. So yeah, no, I'm excited to bust these in. First show with these. So we are going to get a big show under our belts tonight. I sound like Marge Simpson with a froggy COVID voice. At least you don't sound like Marge Simpson's sisters. The smoking sisters, the Marge Simpson smoking sisters. At least you don't sound like them, right? That's how Scotty sounded.
If it makes you feel better, the lack of voice only lasts for like 9 days, 10 days. No big deal. It comes back. There was a point I did Google. I'm like, how long is too long to not have your voice? Like, and I heard once you lose it, it's like 1 to 2 weeks. So I was like, all right, I'll wait 2 weeks. And then it came back before 2 weeks.
How are you going to hit up karaoke with a bad voice, Scotty?
Oh, I'm ready now. I can do it now.
All right, there we go.
I'm good.
Well, now everyone's upset if you're not going to be singing on the show tonight. So,
what do you want me to sing, guys?
Your go-to is In Sync, right?
Bye.
Bye.
Sure. Maybe as we sign off tonight, you gotta stay here the whole time. You gotta ride us out if you want to hear me sing bye as we sign off tonight.
There you go. No, I'm in sales. I need my voice. It's a voice of gold, football wife. I get it.
My wife is also in sales, so I get that. You got to be able to, talk to people.
Yeah.
Me, people actually don't realize this, Chris, and you can confirm this. I'm an introvert. I don't even like talking to people.
No, you're not a people person. You're not a fan of people in general.
I read today at the zoo about the tigers and how they like to be alone and just chill, and I'm like, I was a tiger in my previous life. I'm almost certain I was a tiger.
Isn't that all cats though?
Pretty much.
It's any cat. House cat, lions, tigers, leopards, cheetahs, right? They just do their own thing. I don't lose my voice. By the way, if you were an animal, what would you be? That's kind of an interesting question. I don't know how I would answer that. I might. Pandas have it pretty easy.
Yeah, but vegetarian,
but they know kung fu.
Do they? Or is that just an animated film, Chris?
No, all pandas. It's a fact.
All pandas know kung fu.
All pandas know kung fu. That's just the thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk anymore. Love people.
Chairman, I didn't lose my voice at all when I had it. It's crazy. You know what actually I kind of found annoying when I went back to work is people telling me like, oh, it's not that bad, or oh, it's awful having COVID, that is. And I'm just like, I think it's just different for everybody. And if you have it worse, I don't think that makes you weak. It's just everyone has different symptoms or different, some people feel nothing, have no symptoms at all. Some people get it really bad and in between. And I think that's okay, Chris.
It's fine. It's fine. You're good.
I was like, people were like, oh yeah, I had this and this, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't. I don't know, or I did too. I like it. It wasn't fun for a couple days, but my worst day was actually 2 weeks ago, Wednesday, Chris, and I still made it on the stream.
Hey,
so
you've been crushing. You've been crushing. So we asked, if you were an animal, what would you be? Chairman of the board. Well, now I have to go with a tiger.
After I explained it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Marie's like a parrot. Well, she said a bird, and now she's like parrot, to be precise. Parrot. Like a macaw? Maybe
but earlier she's like, I'm so happy I don't have to talk anymore. I'm pretty sure parrots talk. So that's a little confusing, Marie. You love people, and parrots probably love people.
Have you seen that viral video of the parrot where this guy's working on his truck in his driveway, and there's this screaming going on in the house. It's just like, it sounds like someone, and it's saying, "Help me, let me out, help me." And so the neighbors heard this, ended up coming, like the cops ended up rolling through, and they're like, we hear some screams and stuff coming from your house, and we just wanted to make sure there was nothing going on. And the guy just stands up and he's like nonchalant, he's like, oh, give me a second. Comes out and there's a parrot that's just like, let me out. Like gets you in trouble.
Wait, what if that's a trick? What if he trained the parrot to say that, but also has like someone captured in there?
I don't know if
in a different room.
I didn't see the whole video, so I don't know.
I mean, that sounds. Why would you train a bird, or why does a bird know to say that, Chris? That's a weird thing for a bird to say.
It is. It could
Birds only repeat what they've heard before.
It could be a trap.
I don't trust that at all. Where is that house, Chris? I need to check it out.
Let's go.
I don't feel comfortable for that person.
Maybe we do our own investigation. Maybe we do it. We'll just dive into it. Let's see. Some people in my job have been having COVID. So yeah, hopefully, I know Moon Princess, Football Wife, a few of you in the chat all have some COVID things going on. So hope you guys all get better. Make sure you guys are all good.
Where is my NFL countdown?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
We just don't have it in the welcome screen we learned on last show.
It's coming. Thank you for the 100 bits, Football Wife. Appreciate that support. Thank you. Yeah, but then I'm a bird, Scotty. My bird used to scream my name, Marie. I don't know if that's how it sounds.
That was a pretty good bird, Chris.
Yeah, no, I could be a bird.
And if I would be like Chairman, I would let that bird out. Even if the wings were clipped, I would just figure it out. Because I can't listen to that.
Jake is a cheetah. Yeah, you fast, man. You like that speed.
I mean, cheetah was my favorite animal when I was a kid. I don't resemble a cheetah now. I'm like the opposite of a cheetah in a lot of ways. Mostly one way, but... Cuban. Any dog under 50 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless. Ron Swanson. Ron might be the most intelligent TV character to ever exist.
Ron's great. I mean,
he has never ever got it wrong. Like, one of my favorite quotes is when he goes to the restaurant, he's like, I want all your bacon and eggs. And he's like, I don't know if you're fully grasping this. I mean all your bacon and eggs in the back. Cook it up for me. Love that man.
And then isn't he like hiding bacon in the vents too? Like the vent. Oh yeah, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got it all locked down. I would totally let that parrot out, says Chairman. Yeah, no, crazy stuff. But we got a big show for you tonight. We have our top 10 quarterbacks coming in at you here tonight. Hey, thank you so much, Mackie.
What's up? Thank you.
5 beautiful months. Thank you so much, Mackie. Welcome back for your 5th month.
I'm glad he said beautiful, because if he would have just said 5 long months, it would have sounded like it's been a long, miserable trek to 5 months.
Roger.
Well, the beautiful helps. Appreciate it, Mackie.
Even
How you
though
doing, man?
he wouldn't have said that last week when you were criticizing Mac Jones.
I mean, listen, Mackey's just wrong on that one. You should have heard us at the bachelor party arguing about Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady because he's in Houston, and like, I was like, that team's going nowhere. He's like, oh, this team's great. Spoiler alert, Mackey, they went nowhere.
Yeah.
Who was right? So maybe hop on my Mac Jones train.
Scott is going to bring that up just as many times as we bring up Chick-fil-A to Moab, pretty much. It's just a thing.
Did I bring it up last show? I don't even remember.
You did. And and he's never going to escape it. He's never going to get out of it.
I didn't even know I brought that up last show.
Mac, you getting some love from everybody in the chat. What's good? All right. So, yeah, we have our top 10 quarterbacks. We're 2 weeks already down. We got already our top 20 our bottom 20 quarterbacks. Now it's
22.
Yeah.
Bottom 22.
22 cuz 32. There you go. So, we're
teams.
hitting our top 10 tonight. We have a couple stories to get started with, and we have Scotty coming in hot tonight. So, make sure you guys don't go anywhere. Also, I'll get to some of the chat here in a second. I am all caught up. Scotty, I'm finally caught up on all of the podcasts.
I didn't know. I thought you were going to talk about some TV show you were caught up on.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know where you were headed there.
Oh, by the way, Diacole, I think you're trying to cheer. Put a space after the 100. So cheer 100 space and then the hello lab rats, and it should come through.
And just add a 0. Is that the amount? I don't know how that works.
Add 15 zeros. Oh, there you go. I'm all caught up on getting podcast all updated. I have some big things I've been working on off to the side, mainly, and I want to go ahead. No, not. You'll get there. I was trying to train Diacola earlier today on how the bits thing goes. So if you go, let's see. Go up, click on cheer, the bits little tab there, and just click like 100 and then space and then your message. Yeah, there you go. And it should work for you. You're almost there. The cheer 100, I guarantee you're going to find it. You're going to find it. There it is.
Just no message after, but still found it. Found the biddies.
You got it. Thank you, Diacola. We got there.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. So I'm all caught up on the podcast. So there you have anything. So let's say, anybody has to dip out because they need to get some rest. Moon Princess isn't here. Maybe she's got to go, rest up for COVID, and Football Wife has to leave early. Go hit up our podcast. Go hit up our YouTube channel. So make sure you guys do that, and then you will see all of the shows that if you miss it, you have it right there. Let me put the socials in the chat. There you have all our socials.
I just blew my nose. Now I can hear. Whew. That sounds like fun.
Oof.
Football Wife, I hope you're catching up on some shows or something at least.
Oh, yeah.
While you're in bed for the last couple days. I thought that's what you were talking about, Chris. I wanted to announce then that my wife and I finished Ozark after 37 years, it seems like, of attempting to last night. Finally finished Ozark.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. I thought that was a show that stayed pretty consistent throughout and ended before going on for too long.
I agree.
My wife didn't love the ending. I thought it was fine. I was okay with the ending.
Ending was good. I thought the ending was fine. And I'm not going to give spoilers. Stranger Things is better than Ozark, says Lazy. What's up, Lazy?
What's up, Lazy Dumper?
How we doing? Stranger Things, I just finished Stranger Things 2 nights ago. Pretty good. And it's obviously open-ended, so there's going to be more seasons. So, but yeah, I don't want to give anything away for spoilers or anything else. I still think the pinnacle of TV shows, it's hard to, Breaking Bad pretty much checks almost every box. It checks everything. It's
at its peak. There's individual episodes of Breaking Bad that are some of the best episodes in TV history, no doubt.
Yeah. No doubt. Honestly, I think Breaking Bad, it didn't go too long. It the drama. It had a little bit. It's so good. It's so good. So if you haven't checked out Breaking Bad for whatever reason, go check that out. Go binge that. You won't be disappointed.
What have you been doing?
Pierre, bring my Squid Game season back. WTF, Netflix.
I watched like the first 2 Squid Games, and then we just somehow lost track. And not that I didn't want to continue watching, but I have not. I need to get back to it.
Marie, Breaking Bad. So season 2 of Breaking Bad finished Saul. So Marie, you have to go back and see the whole thing. I mean, so we're catching up on Better Call Saul now, the wifey and I. So we're almost caught up. We're 2 episodes behind on the newest season. However, you got to go back and see.
She might have the right order though, because Saul's a prequel, right? I haven't watched Saul.
Technically, it's a prequel.
Obviously, it's a prequel. So maybe that's, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad and you can go watch Saul, you might as well.
You could, yeah.
Maybe go that route.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, no, you're good to go, man. I still have a couple of other shows that I need to get caught up on too, but
there's always shows you could catch up on.
I gotta find the time.
Watch.
I gotta find the time to make.
We gotta stop doing this stream twice a week. I'd have a lot more time.
We'd be able to get 3 episodes of anything in. To make Scotty happy, I'm doing a franchise season with the Rockies.
Why do I feel like he's throwing the season though? I don't know if that makes me happy. Maybe I want you to avoid the Rockies. How's the season going? Is it going well?
If it's going well, then it's all good. If it's not going well, then yeah, maybe not.
Part of me feels like it's not going well, Chris.
I have not seen all of Better Call Saul. I'm only on season 1. Lazy Dumper, it gets good. Initially, I had trouble getting into Better Call Saul. Like the first 3 or 4 episodes, kind of slow.
It started slow.
It started very slow, and so now it gets. I mean, now that we're like all the way through it, you're good. It'll get good. So don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. The only other show that ran its course that I stopped, I really was into Walking Dead for the longest time, and then it just started getting so overdone. Will I go back and watch it eventually when it's all on Netflix? Sure, but Walking Dead, it started to get a little repetitive there. But spam your favorite shows in the chat. Let me know what you guys are watching. What we should get into. If you haven't, if you have something that you really want to check out, throw it in the chat so we can get up, to speed on some of these shows. Never watched a sec of Walking Dead, and I won't. It was good for like the first 3 or 4 seasons, maybe 5, and then it got a little rough. What's up, Reckoning?
I had a roommate who had the Walking Dead comics, so I actually read them. I'm not even a comic person, but I read those for some reason somehow, and they were pretty good, and that's kind of got me into the show. But the last season I watched was like when they were in the prison, Chris. The season in the prison was the last one I watched, and then I just kind of got over it. I was like, I'm good. I've seen enough.
That one ended with a bang, but then it kind of overstayed its welcome. Ozark is amazing, and the spinoff is in August.
Oh, I didn't know there was a spinoff.
Yeah, I didn't know zero idea there's a spinoff of Ozark.
I just finished it, and there's a spinoff next month. Wow, I did not realize that.
Well, that's what I'll be doing.
Who's in the spinoff? Everyone's dead, Chris.
Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, and Million Little Things are my shows. Also started watching the Umbrella Academy. I've heard decent things about Umbrella Academy.
I've watched the first 2 seasons of Umbrella Academy. It's different, but it's decent.
Let's see.
I haven't watched the new season though.
Meta Runner, what Reckoning says, bit of Meta Runner. I don't know. I don't know if I've heard anything about that one.
No. Well, I've seen a good amount. My wife and I watched A Million Little Things. I am a sucker for some of those cheesy, over the top, dramatic shows like that at times. That and like This Is Us and whatnot. But
And Fuentes, what's going on, buddy? I stopped watching Walking Dead around 5th season, then went back, caught up. Of course, I started getting good at towards the end of the series. I'm going to go back and watch it. It might take a little bit of. I'm gonna wait for it all to come out. Suits is also good. I heard good things are good about Suits.
Suits got a little old by the end, but Suits is great. Suit. I love Suits.
Gosh, I have so many things to get on my radar here. So, hey, love it. I love it. Keep them coming. So, all right. I always like to post all of our things to get out of the way in the beginning. How to support the channel. If you guys
we weren't even gonna talk about shows. That wasn't even a plan.
That wasn't even planned. No, we're just having fun. Just like, we always got to get, so you guys' thoughts on things that are going on in the world, and TV shows are going on in the world. Mm-hmm. Keeping up with the Kardashians, says Cuban. Hey, Cuban, I know you like your Kardashians.
I mean, there's some athletes on there from time to time. Sure, what's his name? Tristan Thompson's probably on there.
Oh, did you see the Tristan Thompson stuff?
I didn't even know. Are they together? Is he with?
Yes.
Is it which one? Chloe? Is it Chloe?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
It's not Kim.
No, it's Chloe.
I think it's Chloe. Why does Chloe hang around with that dude? That dude
she's getting a lot of Twitters on her for taking him back so many times because he's a dog. Yeah.
Stop doing it. It's her fault at this point.
In case you don't know, Khloe Kardashian is dating. Well,
now we've come full circle. Thanks, Cuban.
Tristan Thompson. You just brought a whole nother thing. Tristan Thompson, who they've broken up and he's cheated on her, and then they got back together. Then he cheats on her again. They get back together. This has been a cycle 3 or 4 times. Well, now they were having a child together. Everything was good, but it was a child by surrogate. So they were like having a child, in different fashions than most people typically go, right? So they're going to be, it's a happy family. Everything's good. Then he goes to Greece and he's like caught TMZ holding hands with this chick walking down the street. And it's like, dude, you're 7, you're like 10 feet tall. We can see you. Come on.
Not everyone in Greece is that tall.
Come on, man. What are you doing? So who knows what it's all probably publicity for it wouldn't shock me if this is all for the show. You know what I'm saying? People will tune into the show to see that episode. Whatever.
I'm shocked that's still on. Good for the Kardashians. Well done. I mean, it's been on for 15 years, it feels like, Chris.
Ugh. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
All from a sex tape. How epic is that?
Who knew?
Congratulations. Well done.
Who knew? No, they aren't together. She just wants to have his babies. That makes sense.
Diacola, and why does this matter? It doesn't.
Why?
It doesn't.
Should we add a new segment called Why It Doesn't Matter? Maybe that's just a new segment. Maybe I do the Why It Matters, you do the Why It Doesn't Matter, and then we just have all sorts of fun new segments. Lazy Dumper, real quick. You should check out Snowflake Mountain on Netflix. It's hugely funny, and they take all these kids who have been pampered, put them on the middle of the woods, for so days, 2 environmental specialists to help them. It's hilarious. I'd be interested in that.
Is that reality, or is it fake? Is it dramatized, or is this like a reality Survivor with kids who are pampered? I mean, I don't know why I said a reality Survivor. Survivor is, I guess, reality TV, but
I mean, I'll check it out. Cuban Benny, if anyone knows comedy, it's Cuban, right? If you want to laugh, please watch the old show Burning Love. It's a satire of Bachelor style shows. Lots of famous comedians. Anyone would love it. I'll check that out too.
All right.
There you have it. Burning Love. So hit that follow button if you have not already. We are getting going here. So that's one way to support the channel. Another way to support the channel is just to be in the chat and just having fun talking sports with us. We love that more than anything. We like to get to know you guys a lot. So make sure you guys are in the chat doing that exactly tonight. And it'll be a lot of fun. Also, throw out bits. We've already seen a couple people throw out bits along with a message. We get your message read right here live on the stream. Last but not least, you can subscribe to the channel. That helps us as well. So with that being said, link your Twitch and your Amazon Prime together, and you can subscribe to any channel on Twitch for free once a month. It doesn't recur, so you got to keep doing it. It's not automatic. Make sure you go in, prime it up, guys. There you go. Moon Princess threw it in there as well. What's up, Moon Princess? Hope you are feeling better. Hope you get better soon. So those are some ways you can support the channel. Obviously, hitting us up on social media. I posted a TikTok, so go click the TikTok link in the chat It's a fun one from last show talking about LeBron James. Make sure you go check that out. And we need to get to 1,000 followers so I can start going live with you guys on TikTok. I want to go live with you guys. Let's make that happen. So go follow the channel. Appreciate that. So that's all I got. Let's dive into our first couple stories of the night, and we will get rolling here. I know Football Wife, she's already saying he's got to be in the top 10. I know you're talking about.
Chairman of the board said, before we get going, I want to get Football Wife's prediction on where Joey B will be on Scotty's list. Chairman then just threw out Stafford is at 7 is his prediction. And Football Wife said he better be in the top 5. Didn't I say in the Discord we'd be kind about what we say about Joe Burrow at 10? Didn't I say he was at 10? Didn't I give a hint?
You said he was at 10. Did you? Is that, I mean, whether you're telling the truth or not.
I might have been messing with some people.
Hey, Scotty, Ozark comment was a lie. I was told wrong. Sorry. So no spinoff. There is a Game of Thrones spinoff coming soon. That's for real.
That comes out on my birthday, and I'm looking forward to that.
Is that how you're going to spend your birthday? All day watching?
Well, I got to work, and you got you and I think you guys are going. You going to the mountains that weekend? My family's leaving me my birthday weekend.
I just found out about it like yesterday. So
you didn't even know about that?
I had zero idea that was a thing. So
every weekend that worked for everyone else, the Rockies were in town. So Rachel's like, "Do you care?" And I'm like, "I guess not." Like, so I did say I like to be alone. So I get to be a tiger the weekend of my birthday weekend this year, and be alone, and then go to work too, which is unfortunate. But
it's sad. It's sad. I think you'll survive, but
I will. But they come back on the day of my birth. So
Mahomes better not be number 1, says Pierre. Let's see.
No, I think Wentz is 1. I think we got Wentz at 1. We haven't had Wentz on the list yet, have we?
I can't remember. It's been so long ago on the first set of quarterbacks. Lazy Dumper slap Scott. There it is, our first slap of the night. Joey B is a top 5 QB, says Lazy Dumper. Let's see. I don't remember the previous rankings. COVID brain is real. We will flash up the previous rankings so you get the whole list tonight. So don't go anywhere.
Lazy Dumper said Lamar is top 15. Lamar was on our last ranking. He was 11. He was 11 on our ranking, I believe.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
What else? All right. I'm going to bet that Joey is higher on Scotty's list than Stafford, who has just beat him in the Super Bowl.
I mean, you don't know me unless you do. And then we'll see.
All right, let's dive into a couple quick topics before we dive into the other rankings that we're going to be getting into, and you're coming in hot. Small water fishing. I had to watch the VOD, but you placed car correctly. I'm so glad you guys are watching the VOD.
Thank you. Is that our first person that said we placed someone perfectly?
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks, small water fishing.
First thing we want to get to tonight, real quick, we're going to hit you with a couple topics that are in the news. There's not a lot of them, so there's only a couple. So we're going to get to our list so much quicker than we typically do. But first off, we're going to talk a little All-Star game and a little bit of home run derby. We might have a little extra home run derby talk later on in the show, so we don't want to get too detailed and bogged down with the home run derby. But we'll just give you some updates here on what took place in the All-Star game. So, All-Star game obviously was, I don't know. For me, I always it's hit and miss whether or not I could watch the whole game, and then I haven't been able to bet in a couple of days, so that's my only sports fix too. So I was kind of torn here on catching the All-Star game, but the AL ends up winning 3-2 in this one, and there was some interesting stats in here. So by the way, Juan Carlos Stanton became the 3rd Yankee player to win the All-Star Game MVP, joining Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera. But
wait, say his name again?
Giancarlo Stanton?
You said Juan Carlo. You said Juan Carlo. I believe. Let me know if I'm wrong in the chat. But did anyone else hear Juan Carlo?
I said. I think it was Giancarlo, if I'm not mistaken.
Why don't you just call him Mike? He was formerly known as Mike.
I mean, there's no way you can clip that and go back and check. There's no way. So,
no.
Juan Carlo, Mr. Boofus Doofus. What's going on? Trying to save another locker
Yeah,
room.
I think you said Juan Carlo.
Did I say Juan? No. I definitely said Giancarlo Stanton. Became the third Yankees player in All-Star to win an All-Star Game MVP. Joined Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera. My boy Mariano. Juan. Maybe we just call him Juan. I'm just gonna call him Juan from here on out.
I mean, and people that are joining late are gonna be like, "Who's he talking about?"
Poor Chris. Hey. I am who I am.
He does this to himself. I don't feel bad for him at all.
He's the greatest.
I don't know how you read that name and even come up with Juan. Moon Princess played it back. I think she rewound. She's like, he said Juan. Confirmed.
Come on, man.
I was like, who is Juan Carlos?
Oh my goodness. I just can't win. I can't win. Oh no. Oh no, there it is.
Princess clipped it. There we go.
And Mr. Boofus has it's WONCARLO.
Juan Carlo.
How many ways can we spell Juan Carlo? I have such deja vu right now, by the way. I don't know what it is, but I have deja vu on this whole thing. So busted. Hey, we got some clips of it. We'll can't get out of this one. Stanton is the fifth player to win All-Star Game MVP, Home Run Derby, and League MVP, joining Ken Griffey Jr., Miguel Tejada.
You got that one right.
Cal Ripken Jr., and Dave Parker. There you go. So, also...
Who in the hell is Dave Parker?
I don't know. It's some rando. It's some rando
Never
guy.
even heard of that person.
But the NL kind of struggled in this one. So, the National League recorded hits in its 4 of its first 5 at-bats. Get this. And followed that up with an 0-20 stretch that lasted all the way to the 8th inning. Like, that's bad. 20 straight hitless at-bats is tied for the second longest streak by a team in All-Star Game history. The NL did it with 22 straight hitless at-bats in 1990. Like, it was just a poor performance. Like, you got to hit something. It's an All-Star Game, right? Number 1, Carlos Stanton.
Number 1, Carlos Stanton.
John Carlo.
John.
Oh,
that's
man.
almost too close to being right. Reckoning through 1. You've never heard of Dave Parker? Was that a joke? Chairman asked. That is actually not a joke. I did just Google him. I honestly had never heard of Dave Parker. Apparently, a former National League MVP. So that's kind of embarrassing. But that was in 78, Chris. We weren't alive, you know? And nobody talks about Dave Parker today. Nicknamed the Cobra, though. Very cool nickname.
Cobra. By the way, another great show, Cobra Kai. Just throwing that out there, too.
Let's get back into that.
Your boy, Reckoning. They should have left Goldie in. Goldschmidt joins Yadier Molina as the only Cardinals players to homer in the first player to hit a first inning home run in the All-Star Game since Chris Bryant in 2016. Doesn't happen very often. So, yeah, he was, having some success early on, but that didn't last again because they went through that hitless streak and really dug themselves a hole. And given that, they were still only down 1. They only lost by 1 in this game, which is kind of crazy to think about on the flip side. But, Scotty, what were your thoughts on the All-Star Game?
So I was putting the kids to bed and this and that, so I didn't jump in on the All-Star Game till, I don't remember if it was the 4th or 5th inning. At that point, it was 3-2. And I kept watching thinking, like, maybe something will happen. No, eventually it was almost background noise, if I'm being honest, Chris. I got a little bored. I was like, nothing is happening. I missed the action early on, and then nothing was happening. There weren't hits. Like, usually in an All-Star game, you don't see hits strung together because the pitchers are too good. So it's basically a home run here, a 2-run homer here. Like, that's how runs are scored in All-Star games, because the pitchers are too good that you're not going to give up a bunch of hits strung together and walk guys and this and that. So, listen, the MLB All-Star Game is probably the best All-Star game. It's the most like an actual game,
it's
right?
The most
because it's a normal baseball game.
It's
a normal baseball game.
Competitive. As far as
I mean, basketball, obviously, an NBA All-Star Game gets competitive in that 4th quarter.
It's gotten a little bit better.
But for 3 quarters, it's pretty much just do whatever you want. Obviously, the Pro Bowl is a disaster. The NHL All-Star Game's kind of a non-factor as well. Kind of a disaster. Just Yeah, not a lot of defense there. So this is most like a real, real game. But I don't know. It kind of falls flat to me even still. I'm not a huge all-star festivities in any of the sports. I don't really watch the Pro Bowl. Sometimes I check out the NBA All-Star game. I mean, it's not for me because ultimately, what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Chris.
I just have trouble keeping my attention on the game, and
yeah,
it when you don't have hits, that's the whole thing that we're talking about in general in baseball is like getting more offense. Like offense is the key. So if you tailor maybe the All-Star game, maybe you change the rules up to like influence hitting and just promote hitting in the All-Star game, I think it would be a lot more exciting to watch. But you get these 3-2 pitching duels and you get 20 hitless at bats. It's just like snooze fest, man. And I just can't do it. I mean,
Maria, it does not matter.
Cuban, he is one of the Parker brothers who made the board games.
Oh, see, now I know who Dave Parker is.
Now it's all coming together. Let's see. I guess you're telling for the remember the We Are Family. So yeah,
I don't remember those teams. The We Are Family Pirates. I'm too young for that.
Let's see. Lazy Dumper. It falls flat. AL wins every season. Yeah, that's true. I think too.
9 straight, which is pretty bizarre because I don't feel like the AL is just stacked beyond belief compared to the NL roster every year, but the AL wins every year. It's kind of a weird phenomenon at this point, but you're right. 9. I think it's 9 straight now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just not competitive for the NL. Even though the NL did win in the jersey department, those jerseys, those white and gold, they were pretty sweet. I thought
those were good.
I was in another Twitch chat last night watching some of it. Daniel Freak, if you go give him a follow if you haven't already. He's great. They were talking about jerseys and stuff. And they were like, "Oh, we like the individual team jerseys on the field with like the AL or NL hats or whatever." I don't know. I didn't like the AL jerseys. I liked the NL jerseys. They were pretty sweet. I thought that was a nice touch.
Listen, they're not gonna go away from making these jerseys because people buy them.
Yep.
So they're not gonna go to just the individuals playing their own or wearing their own team jersey because that doesn't generate revenue in merch. So whether you like it or not, you're going to see all-star game jerseys, and that's just a reality.
Broncos,
there's too much money at stake.
We just noticed the Football Wife's NFL countdown. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, huh? 49 days, 18 hours.
We're under 50
we're
days,
under
Chris, sort of.
50. We're getting closer.
We're right around 50 days.
And closer. So it's going to be it's coming down quick.
And we open up with the Rams and Bills Thursday night.
We're going to be streaming for that one for sure.
Can't not. That's going to be a great game.
It's going to be fantastic. So
let's go.
I don't know where my alert went, but they're probably delayed here. So
Marie wants to really say Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride. I'm still trying to find that audio. It's harder to find than you think.
Chris, did you look at the graphics I put together for the list tonight? The QB list? Did you look at the graphics?
I vaguely did.
Did you look at Russell Wilson?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
Good.
All right. So, and then as far as the home run derby, any thoughts on the home run derby this year, Scotty?
Listen, the home run derby I think the format they have now is really good. It's the best the format's ever been. But at some point you're just watching home run after home run.
Wait for football.
Yeah. Diacola. There, you got the biddies figured out.
Believe me, I'm so ready. and nailed the biddies with the message and everything.
Got
Look
it.
at you, Diacola.
Let's go. If only my alerts were working. They were working in the beginning of the show. Who knows? I don't know.
What was I just talking about, Chris? I don't remember.
Home run derby.
Oh, home run derby. Yeah. So But at some point, the novelty of like watching home run after home run kind of wears a little bit, in my opinion. When you watch 300 home runs, it's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, it goes on for a long time. I think maybe you add some more to it. Maybe there's different target areas, or maybe an opposite field home run counts as more, or something where you're targeting the players to hit to a certain spot for a home run. These guys are too good. They're too good to just ask them to hit home runs. You have to make it harder. You have to make it more difficult, whether that's different targets or like around the world in basketball, right? Playing that game, you start in one baseline and you go around and you hit shots. Maybe there's an around the world for it's timed and you have to hit one to left center, like right center, right field, something like that. Change up the format, make it a little more difficult where these players have to hit it to every part of the park and make it more difficult on them because these guys are too strong, too powerful, too good.
Yeah.
What if current all-star pitchers pitched? One, they'll never let them do that because they might get hurt, and a MLB franchise would kill the MLB if their pitcher got hurt. It's one thing to get hurt in the all-star game, but to get hurt in a home run derby would be a disaster. And two, Chairman, but they could only throw fastballs. Yeah. I just my first point then, my second point would be like that there wouldn't be enough, but I just don't think you'll see pitchers because you don't want to risk injury there.
Yeah.
And yes, the hitters theoretically could get hurt, but pitchers are far more likely if they're throwing pitch after pitch after pitch. Because the batters are going to be like, if it's time, they're going to be like, let's go. Throw another.
Yeah.
You don't want your guys to do that, your pitchers.
Are your alert boxes below? No, they're at the top. I just don't know why. They sometimes it's like internet connection. Sometimes it's a lot of different things. It just like it does that sometimes. It's weird. What if can we take a vote, Chris? Monday nights and Sunday nights. So I don't.
And some Thursdays.
Probably. So we're working. So Thursday nights, there's maybe some things that might be brewing for us for Thursday night football. So that's going to be a priority to get that. If we don't get Thursday night football for whatever reason, maybe we try to figure out. We'll try to like look at the matchups too. Like we're not going to do like a Monday nighter if it's a bad team, bad matchup or something, or vice versa on Thursday.
Like the Washington football teams on a Monday night. We'll probably skip that one.
Pierre's just like minding his own business. Pierre. Like, those memes where
playing with the Rockies.
It's Pierre's like, silent, those memes. Pierre, Scotty. And then you poke the bear with some Washington stuff. Scotty's just happy that Arenado went home instead of playing in the all.
I would have liked to watch him strike out like 3 times in the All-Star game. I would have preferred that.
Rodriguez making more money from home run derby than his actual salary for now.
Yeah. I think he was the big story coming out of the home run derby. Is a lot of people don't know that kid, and he was dropping bombs. He's going to be a big name moving forward, and people got to know him.
Can we please move on to the NFL? I'm dying here.
We will pretty quickly.
We're working on it.
Let's get to the next one. What?
In 49 days and 17 hours, football life.
What? Skip a chef's game? Someone check on Scotty.
Hey, I don't have to stream for every chef's game because I could then just watch it and not have to be on stream and be vulnerable in front of you guys.
Next topic here. We're going to breeze through this one because there's not much to get to. This is how bottom of the barrel our news topics are this week. So real quick, want to touch on the fact that these 3 guys were having a nice little phone call this last week to try to get on the same page, and I wasn't in the room where it happened. That's a Hamilton.
They were
reference.
in different rooms, Chris.
Yeah. Well,
okay. I got it.
I don't know why that was. When I was putting this together, that first popped into my head. I was like, oh man. Let's see. So they decided they wanted to get on the same page going into this season. The problem with that is you got a guy that only plays 30 games. You got a guy that can't hit any shots. and you got an aging superstar that sits out a little bit too, that can't carry a team by himself anymore. So I have no idea what kind of conversations are going to be motivating this team to do anything. They're not making any moves anytime soon in the trade markets, and it looks like more and more that Russell Westbrook is going to be staying. So, Scotty, we're not going to stay a lot of time on this topic, but like, what are we doing?
This is total bullshit. I mean, what? Would they have to get on a call to just be like, "Hey, let's try this year"? Is that the gist of what the call was? Like, I don't even understand the call. And why are they calling? They don't meet or they can't talk? Like, Westbrook and LeBron were both at the Summer League in the same arena and were worlds apart and didn't even look at each other. It was like they were allergic to one another. LeBron 100% hates Westbrook, and Westbrook 100% hates LeBron. And that doesn't mean they can't be devoted to the same cause of winning. I think they all want to win. Maybe Anthony Davis a little less, because Anthony Davis, I have a comparison for you, Chris. Anthony Davis is the Los Angeles Chargers of the NBA.
Oh.
He gets hyped every damn offseason as like an MVP candidate. And I'm like, do we forget that he's hurt for half the season? Do we forget that he's soft and he doesn't dominate and he's like a second fiddle to LeBron? Like, what are we doing talking about Anthony Davis as MVP? It's ridiculous talking about him as a top 5 player in the league. It's embarrassing. Kendrick Perkins just said he was a top 5 player. And I'm like, with all due respect, dude.
Bruh.
Stop it. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent on that, but these guys talking, it means nothing. Put up or shut up. I don't care. Let's see what they do in the season. They're not going to finish in the top 6 in the West. There's no way. So they're going to play in the playing tournament is the best case scenario for them. And they'll probably play in that. Then you only have to finish top 10. So neat. We have the same roster, the same disaster. I'm not afraid of the Lakers. I'm not.
JK says I mispronounced another name. It's Westbrook, not Westbrook.
Did you see the rookie for the? I think it was for the Spurs.
Yeah,
he was like doing a trivia thing, and they're like, "Oh, Westbrook does this a lot," and he's like, "Bricks." And they're like, no, the answer was triple doubles.
No.
But it was just like, then the guy was like, I don't think he meant it as shade at all. He was just trying to answer a question, and it was pretty funny. I liked it.
Oh, hey, Rach.
Hey, my wife made an appearance.
Hey,
nice.
Everybody say hi.
Say hi.
Hey.
That's my wife, Rachel. Don't know what she's doing.
She owes us
trying to get her computer.
She owes us a cameo and a hello.
Yeah, get in here, sneak in here, and say hi on the mic.
No pressure.
What up? What up?
Okay. I now regret it. Unbelievable. I didn't know she was gonna do that. Wow. And we're down to 1 viewer.
What is the 5 fingers? Say to the face.
Oh,
and she dropped a hot take. No, she doesn't know anything about sports.
What's that?
That's basically what she did.
Yeah.
I love you. Love you, babe.
Hey, hey, big ups to Rach for popping in on the stream. Hey, that's the person that's always giving you those looks through the glass.
What we can definitely do is admit that I far outkicked my coverage.
Oh yeah, no, I think I think that chairman said that outkick coverage for sure.
Not close. Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is up there. Scotty outkicked just for sure.
Word for word. Joker, what's up? How we doing? Lazy Number Zion out there looking like Eddie Lacy in his last. Between him and then Leonard Fournette, they're all coming in big. They're hungry. They like to eat. You're saying what else? Everyone's saying hi. Rach, slap Scotty for us.
She would do it if you asked.
She would
actually. Marie, dang, Scotty, you married up for sure. LOL. Yeah, no doubt.
Football wife, tell Rachel she is a saint.
She knows that. I don't think anybody needs to tell her. I don't think she knows the giant mistake she made 7+ years ago.
I mean, you do
Now
say
she's
she raises how many children, Scotty?
4 children.
4 children. Yep.
Yeah.
And you only have 3.
Correct. I am the 4th, and she would agree with that wholeheartedly.
Thank her for letting us borrow you on Wednesday and Sunday nights. Moon Princess, see?
See, thank you. Instead of was she actually packing Scotty's shit as he streams his last show? I don't think so. I don't think so. She was taking her computer.
Yeah.
Left her computer in here. She's always working, Chris.
See,
Always burning the midnight candle.
now I just got to get Lauren to pop in on mine and just like come through the background and be like, what up?
Yeah. Maybe tell Lauren to do something better than that. Or she's gonna make and it wasn't. It was like, what up? I'm like, I did not see. I just thought she was gonna be like, hey guys. No, she went a different route. It's all good.
She has streaming in her future. She does.
Yeah. She's got a face for it. That's for sure.
She's got a face for streaming. We have a face for podcast. Face
For
for
sure.
Like,
This is all backwards. It's all backwards.
It's all
here, Chris.
backwards. We should just have the girls take over a show for us and just let them have at it and just see what they do with the show.
I would just pop in at one point and be like, what up, what up?
That's right. A wife's show? Yes. With the baby. We'll do actually, no, that wouldn't be great TV. You would love to see the babies, but it wouldn't be great.
My baby's not even a baby so much anymore. More a toddler and always on the move. Always on the move. Climbing constantly. He fell off a chair today and hit his head in the kitchen, and he shook it off in about 20 seconds, but it's not great for the parents.
That parent life, man, it is what it is. So I don't even know where we were talking about this Westbrook thing anymore. So I think
this is a non-story that we had to force in here.
Yeah, no, we're just trying to create space. This is gonna be a quick stream tonight, guys. By the way,
Let's get into football.
Chris,
are we talking about Madden ratings at all today, or no?
I didn't get the Madden ratings in,
Okay.
but we can talk about Madden ratings real quick if you want.
I mean, we'll see where we're at on time, and if people want to talk about
maybe towards the end.
I got some thoughts.
Maybe towards the end of the show. Let's get into some Madden ratings. I meant to see I want to see the baby. Oh, the baby. Yeah, they're always in bed by the time we get the stream started. They got early bedtime.
Suck it up. It's just a baby, Chris.
Just
bring the baby on here.
All right, let's get into our top 10 list. All right, you guys have been wanting it. We're bringing it to you. The top 10 NFL quarterbacks going into this season. And we already had plenty of... you guys already agreed 100% with everything we've done up until this point. So we are just going to just keep that train rolling here. We're going to make sure that you guys are all situated with this. Wife streams. Let's go. Football wife is
Thanks
ready.
for hanging in here, football wife. We're right at Joe Burrow level here at 10.
Ooh, JK brings up a good one. Wife stream segment, channel point redemption.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a lot of channel points.
I mean,
Chris.
I always keep the show on the side.
Is $1 million too much?
I always keep the show on the side here, and I have 83,000 channel points for the show. So I mean, that's got to be like 150,000 channel points redemption, like for us to organize that. But maybe we do. I don't know. That'd be interesting. Maybe it's not like a full show, but they come in and they have to join us on a show. We could do that. So, all right, here we go. By the way, can we just get who is number 10? Do you have any idea who's number 10? And I wanted
to start out super controversial with 10, Chris. So, if that's a hint for anybody.
If that's a hint, then
that's a pretty big hint, quite frankly.
Scotty, don't maybe come to Colorado and kick your ass, football wife. I thought, first of all, I saw the comment before I read the thing, and I was like, "Come on, Pierre." And then all of a sudden, I looked at it was football wife, and I was like,
"You and me both." I read that before I looked at who commented it, and I was like, "Pierre is doing it again." No, football wife, the kindest person in our chat, is now threatening to come here and kick my ass. Is it me?
Oh, that's irony right there. I mean, it is what. Hey.
Lazy Dumper has a hot take that Bill is an average coach. Bill Belichick without Tom.
That is a hot take.
That's a hot take for sure. I don't know that I'd go that far. Maybe he's a little overhyped. Maybe, but he's not average.
Football wife, you may have COVID, but you're plenty spicy tonight. I agree. I love it. All right, let's hit it. We're starting out number 10 on our list. Now, Deshaun Watson has had a lot going on in the news. He's obviously settled some cases. He's been in the news for all of the situations with the massage parlor stuff. All of that. Pierre, I'm still coming to kick your ass, guy.
I knew it. I didn't doubt it for a second, Pierre.
There it is. Deshaun Watson coming in here at number 10. Now, and we know the contract that was given was just ridiculous. We know he's not a great person. We know he's just not. It's tough to like this guy from a personal standpoint. As far as what he can do on the football field, he's got some talent. Now, he will potentially and most likely be missing some games. So, with that being said, he's not going to have a huge impact here. But from a talent standpoint, he still has some game left in him. And he's still a young guy. He's only 26. I mean, he'll be fine when it comes to his talent. He just has so much baggage. So, yeah, it's hard to leave him out of the top 10 here, but
he's the most difficult to rank, quite frankly, Chris. When I put these rankings together, I'm like, wherever I put Deshaun Watson, people are going to be upset. Like, and you can't really, like, everyone's like 10's too high, but you can't. The worst you could really put Deshaun Watson at is probably like 12, because Kirk Cousins is 13 in my list. And I can't, with an honest mind, and put Kirk Cousins above Deshaun Watson. I think we had Carr at 12. Maybe if you want to put him behind Carr, fine. But like before all this happened and before he took a year off, Watson, a lot of people probably had Watson in their top 5, quite frankly. I probably wouldn't have never had him there. I think he's a little overrated. And listen, he's got these off-field issues. We'll see what happens. I can't rank off that because we don't know. What if he's not suspended? What if he's suspended 2 games? Right now, the rumor out there is he's going to be suspended somewhere between 2 and 8 games. I think that's a fake rumor because 2 versus 8 is a very different number. I don't think that's even real. So we'll see it sounds like within the next couple weeks we'll get a ruling from the arbitrator. But I actually picked this picture, Chris, because everyone should have seen the warning signs. What kind of dude? He's only been on Cleveland basically in practice this summer with Cleveland. What's a dude wearing short sleeves and a beanie? What's wrong with him? Why are you wearing a beanie? I know it's Cleveland, but it's probably June. I don't trust a guy that's wearing a beanie in June, Chris.
I don't either. I
don't trust him at all. And obviously we shouldn't trust this dude. So I don't like it. I don't like ranking him. But as a pure talent, it's hard to say that he's not a top 10 talent in the league. And he's still only 26. Obviously he's put up some good stats and led some Texans teams to the playoffs. So hard to argue that he's not a top 10 talent. Where you want to rank him based off of the off the field stuff and him being suspended, it's just hard. It's impossible to rank this dude.
It is
impossible.
And keep in mind, guys, if let's go back before all these allegations happened, and there was a bidding war for this guy. Like they're.
I think he would have been more sought after than Russell Wilson, partially based off age, but
the quarterbacks in the market. I mean, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the market, regardless of everybody that was available. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was probably the one that was maybe a little bit more like in the news.
Based off age, I think the Texans would have got more for Deshaun Watson than even if Aaron Rodgers was moved.
So
based off his age.
Scotty massaged that dude all the way to number 10, says Broncos.
Well, he loves his massages. He hasn't called me yet for one. Thank goodness. I'd probably decline.
What else do we have here? Watson suspended for life. He's number 10, and he had 10 women, LOL.
He had a lot more than 10. A lot more than 10.
A lot more than 10. Let's see what else. He should be out of the league. Watson is trash, says Joker. His personal life will be his downfall. Moon Princess. Yeah. So
listen, I get all that, and I'm going to be frustrated if he's not suspended a season. I think he has to. I think he should be out this whole year. If Calvin Ridley bets when he's not playing on his team a little money and gets suspended for a year, I'm fine with that because that's just stupid. Calvin Ridley's an idiot for doing that. I'm fine with him being suspended for a year. But if you asked what's worse and what's a worse look on the league, Deshaun Watson's a worse look on the league, and I think the league wants him to be suspended for a year. They can only do so much. It's up to this arbitrator, so we'll see what happens.
breaking news: Kyle Rudolph has signed with Tampa Bay. Wait, what?
Has he?
Is that a thing? Is that breaking news? Hold on.
That's probably true. I don't know how big of it. I don't know what Kyle Rudolph has left in the tank at this point.
Bucks wire. Bucks signed veteran tight end Kyle Rudolph to a 1-year deal.
I don't know. I mean, if anyone's gonna make it work, it's Tom Brady loves his tight ends. So,
he does.
And that's a nice signing to replace Gronk. Obviously, that's a sign though, Chris. Gronk ain't coming back. There was a little bit. His girlfriend came out saying I could see him coming back, even though Gronk said I'm not coming back. I hope he doesn't come back. Stop retiring and coming back, players. When you retire.
Just be. We talked about this a while back. Let's just let it be.
No.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
That was pretty.
It was bad.
I mean, you were way off key, Chris.
It's fine.
I'm
not known for my singing. He's genuinely a great quarterback. He's personally trash, as Marie. It's so hard to not.
I'd label him a very good quarterback and off the field trash.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't say great.
And keep in mind, just because he's at 10 doesn't indicate how we have this division playing out, how we have these teams playing out. This is just purely on quarterbacks and how talented we think they are going into the season. So, like when we go, we're going to have division rankings coming up here very soon, or just division breakdowns. And I mean, honestly, even though he's number 10 here, I have the Browns finishing last in this division, not for various obvious reasons about his suspension. So just because, I mean, they don't correlate with each other all the time in these circumstances. So keep that, just in the back of your head there. Casually average.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you mean?
What's up?
How we doing, Casually? Welcome back. What do you mean? The NFL is known for their consistent and applicable punishments.
I think it's applicable.
Oh, yeah, applicable. Yeah.
Applicable. Whatever.
Tomato.
So it's not just names.
Potato.
Chart of the board brought up a good point with Ezekiel Elliott a couple years getting 6 games. And quite frankly, I looked a lot into that, and there was no proof that this actually occurred with Ezekiel Elliott. And listen, I'm the first to be like, if you did it, and clearly when there's 25 women or whatever it is with Deshaun, something went down. This was one female with Ezekiel Elliott. It sounded super shady and not confirmed at all. And he got 6 games. So, like, Deshaun, based off that, should absolutely get a season. You're right, Chairman. You're absolutely right.
I'm an old lady and crocheting while I watch the stream. I'm making a rainbow arm warmer. There you go. Gotta keep up.
Is that difficult? Is it hard to make?
All I know is you got to keep those arms warm.
What's an arm warmer? Yeah, I don't know what an arm warmer is.
All right.
You mean like sleeves? Like a long sleeve shirt?
Joker Nation top wide receiver in the league, Justin Jefferson.
I love Justin Jefferson, and I don't know if I'll go to 1, but he's definitely top 4 for me. Justin Jefferson is a monster.
He's great. He's a solid talent. All right, next up, number 9. Come on, man. Come on.
Bruh.
Oh, here it is.
You have this man at number 9.
Russell Fulson?
When was this image taken?
Like a week ago.
Oh.
He was on vacation like a week or two ago. I told you on one of our last couple streams, I was like, he looks fat, Chris. This is the picture I saw. This was a vacation he just went on with Sierra. That's what your quarterback looks like right now.
Maybe it's all just like that muscle underneath. You know how like big guys can have muscle? You know, like in the gym, there's always the gym guys that always are like bench pressing and squatting the most weight are like also the biggest guys in the gym. Like,
What is the 5 fingers say to the face?
Chris, Chris, he just looks fat to me.
This fat quarterback's gonna beat your
People are
Chiefs this
upset.
year.
Well, that'd be the first time in like a decade.
Let's just throw this out there that this quarterback that you're seeing on this screen right here, he might disappoint you a couple times this year, and you might want it. You might have wanted to had a better looking image of him.
Disappoint me?
Disappoint
A couple times? Chris, are you saying that the Broncos are going to beat the Chiefs twice this year?
Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. Ooh. Let's go.
Oh, that is adorable. That is.
We'll lose to you guys once in the regular season.
I don't. I probably twice. And you want to talk about playoffs with this fat guy? I'm sorry. I don't mean to make it about weight, but I mean, Chris, that's the guy that's supposed to throw footballs.
Oh, he'll be.
Can he even? I mean, the good news is he's got a lot of padding for when he gets hit. So if the offensive line doesn't hold up, he should be fine because he's very stocky and built in that regard.
Hey, he's durable. He's durable. Is he wearing a flesh-colored flak jacket?
It looks like it, right, Chairman?
Now, this is going into like the Leonard Fournette thing. Leonard Fournette's getting more trouble with Tom Brady for being overweight, but this is a non-issue. This is, you know what this is going to be? This is going to be James Harden. James Harden, you know, maybe he's looking a little big and with the Rockets.
Was James Harden good last year?
We're not talking about it's apples and oranges when it comes to the games, okay?
You just compared him to James Harden.
I'm talking about what they're doing with their bodies. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I love Broncos. Can't wait. WEIGHT until we beat the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if it's a weight competition, you guys got it. I mean, hey, we're not even gonna be close there.
Oh,
because your quarterback's the third heaviest guy on your roster.
Oof. All right, I can't wait to. This will be a fun one. But let's just dive into just you have him at
Marie. You call us the chefs, but I mean, somebody's been cooking it up for us. All right,
Russ Cook.
Instead of let's ride, he should have just been like, let's eat. Broncos Nation or Broncos Country. What is it? It's Broncos Country. Broncos Country. Let's eat.
We'll be just fine.
Should have like a fork and knife and all excited.
There's a reason why he's in the top 10 because he can still get it done. So
I only put him in the top 10 because I knew I was going to get so much hate if I didn't put him in the top 10. I'll be honest. The last year and a half, Russell Wilson has not been a top 10 quarterback. Now, the half year prior to that, he was the best quarterback in the league that first half of 2 years ago. But since then, he's been not top 10. That's for sure. Borderline top 15, maybe closer to 20. Maybe he gets back to it. Maybe it was just a stale system in Seattle. You can blame it on that, but the results were not there the last year and a half in Seattle. And now he's fatter than ever. So I don't know how that plays.
Well, either way, you have him at number 9, so you think highly enough of him to get him up here, and you think highly enough of him that he's going to compete in this division at a decent level. Obviously, Vegas thinks he'll be there. Agreed, maybe top 15. He was injured, sir, says Marie. Carr, what's up, Shotmaster? By the way, Reckoning, can you give a shout out to Shotmaster? Shotmaster, I hope you had a great stream. I popped into your stream a little bit earlier. You had the whole panel going. It looked really nice. Hey, Shotmaster covers a lot of NFL, NBA. Saw him on the NBA channel this past week. Congratulations on that. Shop, hope you're doing well, buddy. There you go. Go give him a follow.
I was like, maybe we get Russell on our stream, but I don't know how we fit him in, Chris. Does he fit on screen?
I'm telling you, Scotty. I'm telling you. This guy's going to crush you this year. He's gonna do it. He
might break a lot of sacks because he's larger than a defensive lineman.
Hey, Hey, maybe he gets more touchdowns.
But he's also 5'11".
He'll run it in when he needs to. Hey, let's make it happen. Either way, we're gonna get them wins.
He's not going.
Evil.
He's not running anywhere. He hasn't run in a long time, Chris. Look at that body.
Oh, QB sneak up the middle. He'll be fine. He got the weight behind him. Hey, 2,000 Fire. What's up? Welcome in. First time in the chat. Let's give him a nice, warm action
What's
laugh.
up, 2,000
Welcome.
Fire?
Hey, 2,000 Fire. Where are you from and who's your team? Like to get to know you a little bit. Subway commercials getting after him. So
he's not eating Subway though, Chris. He's eating he's getting away. He's eating probably a lot of fried chicken, some cheeseburgers, some French fries.
He'll be in shape
I
by
don't
the
know what
time.
else.
He'll be in shape by the time. Look at. I'm telling you, James Harden got traded to freaking.
I don't think James Harden is a good example for you to use.
It's fine. He'll be good. He'll be fine during the regular season. But all right, let's just break this down. Obviously he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. There's a lot of good quarterbacks that
put him at 9. I don't know if it's obvious.
But hey, is it better than what we've had in the previous years? Absolutely.
Yes.
We're not in the
Yes.
We're not on the first show. We're not on the first set of rankings. But we got Tim Patrick, Jerry Jeudy, Albert O, Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler is in the mix, in the slot. He could pop in there as well. So, with all that being said, he's got some weapons. I think that there's some defensive side that can help him. I know we're just talking quarterback strictly from a talent standpoint, but he can stretch the field still. That's fine. He's good. My biggest question is whether or not that offense is going to be ready to go with a new offensive coordinator, new head coach, new system, everything else. He's been putting in a lot of work. He's been working with Peyton Manning. Anytime you have all that stuff going on, you have the intangibles to, put it all together. He's not a dumb guy. He's won a Super Bowl in this league. He knows what it takes to get it done. He's going to be in good shape going into the season.
Was he smart when he lost a Super Bowl when he threw a pick at the 1 yard line?
Well, that's for Seattle to decide.
Listen, I think I liked Russ 3 years ago. I loved Russ. I still think Russ throws a great deep ball. I will give him credit. His deep ball accuracy and him dropping in a lap is amazing. I don't know if that fits with Denver that well. I don't see Hamler as a deep threat, but he's coming off a torn ACL, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe you throw a deep ball out to oh my gosh, Sutton, because he can just go up and get it even if he doesn't separate. There's just not a lot of guys who are going to separate deep on the Broncos outside of Hamler. So not like DK, Metcalf, and Lockett could do in Seattle. Those guys are better deep ball threats than anybody on Denver by far. Outside of that, he likes to throw the middle of the field. Or doesn't throw the middle of the field because he can't see. He likes to throw outside. He can't see over the line because he's 5'11". So there's some issues there, but he's had a lot of great years. I've liked him at times a ton. I just don't know where he's at because athletically, I don't see him as an outside the pocket running threat anymore. And the stats backed that up last year. He doesn't really run the ball anymore like he used to early on in his career. And without that, that was a big part of his game early on, Chris.
It was, but again, the league. Running quarterbacks you got
no, not running quarterbacks, but quarterbacks that can throw but also run are the way the league is going. 100%.
So yeah, being able to get out of the pocket and scramble, I think is an important aspect. Now, he is a little slower. I'll give you that. So we'll see if he's able to.
And he does hang around the pocket too long. He's got that issue.
And he's notorious.
Everyone's going to say I'm being a hater. What I will say is great deep ball thrower. Obviously has won a lot of games in his career and is by far the best quarterback that the Broncos have had since Peyton Manning, of course.
There you go. Well, we'll see what he ends up, being able to do here in Denver. I'm excited. I'm excited to have him here because, again, it's going to be a big, big step up from what we're used to. It looks like, 2,000 Fire is a Puerto Rico and a Bengals fan. What's up? Let's go.
Yeah, sorry, you already missed Joe Burrow last Sunday on the show. We covered Joe Burrow in the 11 to 20 range of quarterbacks. Right?
Yeah.
Right, football wife?
Yeah. No. Klept, what's up? Even Tom Brady lost Super Bowls. LOL. What else do we have? Lazy. Russ has an average arm at times. What else do we have?
Not an elite arm. His arm strength for deep isn't what I'm talking about, but his touch deep is incredible, actually, at times.
Cuban.
Football wife, Scotty.
Russ can still run to Broncos Country Buffet. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, let's eat.
He'll sprint to that.
He'll get there. He ate his way all the way to number 8. So Scotty massaged his way to number 10, and he ate his way to number 8.
9. This is 9.
9. There you go.
Broncos said he ate his way to 8. Next. All right.
All right. Next up, Dak Prescott, the guy that can't get it done in big games.
By the way, real quick, 2000 Fire. If you haven't been on the stream a lot, I'm joking. I mess around with people a lot. We haven't got to Joe Burrow yet. He's higher on the list. Don't worry.
Dak Prescott. He's
Dak
coming in at number 8 here. Now, the knock on Dak is, can he win the big game? Now, we saw the little meltdown that happened the end of the last season with just the time on the clock and managing that time.
Fingers, say to the face.
But
What? Slap.
he's still, and we've talked about this on the show plenty of times, and we talked about whether or not he's the long-term solution, whether or not he's the guy. I think it was you, Scotty, that said, you hate to say it, but he's not the guy.
No, I think he's the... No, I don't think I said that.
I might have to go back.
I think he can be the guy. But in the playoffs, he has not proven it yet. He's had tremendous regular season results. And quite frankly, his first year in the playoffs, when they lost to Green Bay on a miracle throw down the sideline by Aaron Rodgers in a game that Dak balled out. But since then, Dak has at times been lacking in the postseason, including last year against the 49ers. He didn't play great, and that's his knock. And it's a fair knock. This is our world we live in with these rankings, though. Reckoning, slap Scotty, he's overrated as fuck. Why would you put a stat patter at 8? 2 messages later, Money Magic MK. Appreciate Dak at least being in the top 8.
Hey!
So that's the world we live in, Chris. We can't make everyone happy. I think Dak has the potential to be elite. His numbers are, before he got hurt the year before, his numbers were the best to that point in the regular season. He had a lot of talent to throw to. Obviously with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. Obviously they traded away Amari Cooper. Michael Gallup's coming off an ACL. Still got CeeDee Lamb. They got
Dalton Schultz, tight end.
Dalton Schultz at tight end. Yeah. So a lot of talent and an offensive line that's kind of aging, but still really good in a lot of places. So lots to work with. In a running game, I'll say right now, Tony Pollard's their best running back. Ezekiel Elliott,
He's done.
is done in my opinion. Tony Pollard should get most of the carries. Tony Pollard's better than Ezekiel Elliott, but that's beside the point. Dak makes a lot of great throws and he's actually improved as a thrower in the last couple of years, leaps and bounds. Now he doesn't, especially after the leg injury that he suffered, doesn't run like he used to. And that's an issue. And listen, until he shows up in big games, this is about as high as you can put him. He's got to prove in the playoffs. He's got to lead the Cowboys. You know, they haven't even been to an NFC championship game. So he's won a couple playoff games, but never made an NFC championship game. And quite frankly, they're in a division that they recently have won every year by default because the division's been trash. So we'll see what he can do. Obviously, the Cowboys are like my NFC team, so maybe I'm a homer on this one, but I've seen a lot of good things from Dak, but I also need to see him win when it matters most.
Going back to the chat here, Money Magic. By the way, Money Magic, are you a Dallas fan? I'd like to get to know you a little bit. Where are you from and who's your team? I'd love to get to know you. Replace him with other QBs, and the Cowboys are not winning as many games as you saw how they were when he got injured. Casually average. To be fair, his development has hinged on Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy. There's still some potential room for improvement.
Totally agree. I don't know how the Cowboys can't recruit the best coach in the NFL, and maybe Jerry Jones doesn't know who to hire and who the right hire is. I thought Mike McCarthy was a trash hire.
By the way, hit that follow button if you have not already. We are live every Wednesday and Sunday. We're doing the rest of these rankings here to get into number 1. And we are going to be getting into division breakdowns here coming up starting this next week. So don't want to miss that. Hit that follow button so you know when we go live. And we got the alerts back. I was messing around with that. Let's go. Woo! All right. Slap Scotty overrated. Blah, blah, blah. What else do we have? Dak is the equivalent of Kirk Cousins. They have the same stats. Nobody
Prescott is around 15. That's just hater reckoning. There's no way he breeze 15. There's not 14 guys better than him in the league. Not even close.
Peyton Manning had that Adam Gase character, no? Said Klept. We can't blame the head coach for everything. Jags have more division wins than the Cowboys, says Lazy Dumper. Dak is not the guy. Dak should be number 10. Still have him in the top 10 though. There you go.
If you're not a Cowboys fan, you hate the Cowboys, which means you're just gonna hate Dak. That's what's happening here.
Helv, what's up, Helv? How you doing, buddy? The Seahawks are gonna be full tanks. Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Except they have the oldest head coach in the league, so that's a weird phenomenon.
Money Magic is a Titans fan. I went to Mississippi State. I know Dak well. He has always, sorry, it's scrolling on me. Always had the Mississippi State #1 college football team in the nation. At one point, people doubted him, but all he does is win games like Tebow, but better thrower. He is a leader and everything. I like what he brings. I do. I want to see him do it in big time pressure games, and I want to see him do it when it matters. So if he's able to get over that and get that monkey off his back, he will be. I mean, maybe this is low.
His stats are way better than number 8. His stats every year are top 5. We have him at 8 because he hasn't done it in the playoffs. He hasn't won the big game.
Just remember,
that's why he's at 8.
Cuban, just always remember about Dak. He was plan B because Jerry really wanted Paxton. We should have let that. That's true. We should have let that happen. We should have.
And reportedly, the other team that wanted Paxton was the Chiefs at the time.
Hey!
Thank you, Rowdy, for the raid. By the way, this guy McGregor. Have you seen McGregor pictures recently?
No.
He has bulked up a lot more than that, Chris.
Is he like bulked up?
He's
like
on
muscle?
There's muscle there for sure. He doesn't look like he doesn't look fat, but like, check out a recent picture of McGregor and you'll be like, what happened?
Hey.
Like, what's he doing? What's his goal here?
Rowdy Time. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Shout out to Rowdy Time. Reckoning. Can we give that shout out? Go check out Rowdy Time and give him a follow if you have not already. He's fantastic. We've rated him a couple times, so make sure you guys go give them some love. Also, welcome into all the Raiders who are coming in and joining us. My name is Chris. This is Scott. We are your hosts for the Action Lab. So there you go. So we are doing our countdown for top 10. We've already done our previous, rankings in the last couple weeks, and we're just getting down to the nitty gritty. So you're here at just the right time. All right, number 7 on our list.
I'm so mad at this. I'm not mad. I'm just like, Chris, an hour ago, chairman said, I think Stafford's going to be 7.
And here you go.
And I was like, in my mind, I was like, he knows. Chairman and I seem to agree all the time. And here we are. Matthew Stafford at 7.
Matt Stafford won a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams. So obviously he's benefiting out of that McVay offense. Their team they bought their team and it paid off. They went out, spent some money and did what they had to do. They gave up all their draft picks, gave Matthew Stafford the things that he needed, whether it was on offense or defense. And he took full advantage of this coming from Detroit. Sorry, chairman. And ended up winning instantly. So I know chairman's all excited about his boy from Detroit moving on and winning a Super Bowl, but let's go. But here you go, number 7. The Rams will be competitive in the NFC. He will be again back in the mix because obviously the NFC is definitely not as strong as the AFC. I mean, players just fled from the NFC, it seems like. I mean, even Aaron Rodgers was trying to get out of the NFC for a second.
The QB depth in the AFC is way deeper. Way deeper.
So, which opens up the door for a guy like Matt Stafford and the LA Rams. I mean, they're in the toughest division in the NFC, obviously. I think that they're going to be, really trying to still solidify themselves at the top. I think the 49ers will be competitive, in that division as well. I think they might surprise some people and be maybe, challenging them at the number 2 seed there as well. But the Cardinals, they'll have a good regular season. I get all that. But still, Stafford is the cream of the crop in that division when it comes to quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, prior to him winning the Super Bowl, he probably would have been closer to 9-10 for me. Moves up a couple, as he should, winning a Super Bowl with the Rams in his first year after not having, obviously, the playoff success in Detroit. Here's a guy that elite arm strength, elite accuracy, and can throw from every arm angle. Obviously doesn't have a lot of, extending the play outside the pocket ability, but the arm angle throws he makes are arguably the best in the NFL. Like, he can throw from any slot, his arm moving, sidearm, this and that accurately and put it on him. Obviously, the knock on him is like he just makes some dumb throws and dumb decisions at times. Like, he throws some really, really stupid interceptions. He did it down the stretch in the regular season last year. That's my concern with him. He kind of avoided that a little bit, but not completely in the playoffs. And they were in some tight games. But Matthew Stafford at 7 just seems about right. Like, arm talent is top 5. He doesn't have some of those intangibles as far as with the legs. That's why he doesn't achieve top 5 and the awareness of or greatness of, like, a Tom Brady or whatever to be that high. But 7 feels pretty much perfect for Stafford, in my opinion.
Yeah, and keep in mind, even when he was with Detroit, he was putting up massive numbers. Like, I mean,
absolutely, he
was still really good at. Padded his stats all through, even in a bad team in Detroit, and not maybe, and Detroit was semi-competitive there as well with him, but casually average as gunslinger model of quarterback. People don't know because he's been hiding out in Detroit.
Above, I don't know who it was. Now I don't see it, but someone said Kupp made him. And I'm like, well, actually, Cooper Kupp didn't have a season close to last year prior to Stafford. So Kupp is talked about as an elite wide receiver in the league only because of Matthew Stafford, to be fair. Not that he shouldn't be, but when he had Goff, he wasn't talked as... No one would mention Kupp as a top 10 wide receiver. Now he's top 5. I mean, he had an historical year last year, so wherever you want to rank him in that. But... Stafford had a huge role in Kupp's success. No doubt about it.
Drew says hello. Hello, Drew. How are you doing?
Drew.
Nobody better when you have a minute left and need a score. Whatever happened.
I know a guy that scored with like 13 seconds left.
That's the guy you want. Whatever happened to that lady he watched and ignored falling off stage? She turned out to suck, so nobody cared anymore. That was a weird...
I don't know.
I saw the clip of that. It was weird. I don't know.
Everyone wants to hate on Stafford on that, and Stafford was at his parade, so he was drunk for sure. And he saw a girl fall off, and he just turned around like, I don't know what... Like, I can't handle this situation. And he couldn't. He was probably hammered, as he should be at his own Super Bowl parade. So, like, everyone wants to hate on him, but, like, to me, he almost just realized, like, that's beyond what I can handle right now, and I don't know what to do with that, and I'd like to avoid that situation, and I don't know. What was Stafford gonna do? Everyone's like, Stafford turned around, and, like, what was he going to do? Call for... medics? Someone else was doing that. Don't worry. I don't understand the hate on that.
Doesn't Carr have the most fourth quarter comebacks or something? Actually, Carr's number 6 on the fourth quarter comebacks. He has 24.
Well, all time, but in the last like 7 years, he's number 1.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what is required to come back in the fourth quarter? You have to be losing all the time.
It's true. That is a part of the deal. Smart asses. I agree again with Scotty. The stage was like 10 feet high. There was nothing.
Chairman's a genius.
You and Chairman, you guys just need to like
brilliant.
You guys just need to get together sometime and just hang out for a day. So there you go. Matt Stafford at number 7. Number 6 on our quarterback countdown list. Justin Herbert. Baby Herbert here is in the mix at a top 10 of our countdown. Now, there's a lot of things with the Chargers that we always tend to agree on, Scotty, and that's the fact that they get overhyped every offseason. They get so much love, and the minute that they get too much love, they end up choking it away and proving everybody wrong. Every year they haven't won in the division, and every year they end up choking. But that doesn't change the fact that Justin Herbert is one of the best young, talented quarterbacks in the league as we speak. He has a lot of things going well for him as far as his arm strength, his ability to make big plays. He's got a lot of the intangibles that you look for in a quarterback. He's the future of this league as far as moving forward and what he's done so far versus, statistically versus what he's got ahead of him. So a lot of people are super hyped on him. I still play that, as far as like the whole wait and see game with the Chargers in general as an overarching team. But that, if you're telling me I could have Justin Herbert on my team and he's your future, I'm pretty excited about that as a Chargers fan. So, hey, there you go. Chargers number 6.
Real quick, Chris, let me ask you this question. Not for the future, but for next season, this season. Would you rather, for this season alone, not based off age or, you know where I'm going.
I know where you're going with this.
Would you rather have Herbert or Wilson? Can you answer that honestly? To me, it's a no-brainer, but...
This isn't including no future. This is just this season?
Just this next season.
I'm going Wilson.
Okay.
I'm going Wilson.
I mean, you're incredibly wrong, but okay.
I'm going Wilson. I think Herbert's still learning on the fly. Yeah. I think he's still talented.
What if I told you this stat, Chris? Can you tell me?
It doesn't matter the stats. They're going to be,
He has more passing yards in his first 2 years in the league than anyone in NFL history.
Even your boy.
Well, my boy sat out the first year. That's why he has more than Mahomes, because Mahomes didn't play the first season. So that's the caveat. But despite that, all right, first 2 seasons played, he's 2 all time. He's the number 2 all time, or number 1, because he actually didn't play the first week or 2 for the Chargers his rookie year, even, and he's still thrown for more yards than anyone in their first 2 years in the league.
I get it.
Does that matter?
Does that matter? There's always a drop off at some point, and I think there's always drop offs with any player coming into the league that they end up having. I mean, sure, they have that first couple. There's a lot of quarterbacks that I can think back on. Usually,
the second year is the drop off, though. You have your rookie year, and then people kind of scout you a little bit, and your sophomore year is the drop off. Herbert's not having a drop off. Now, my most concerning, a lot of people think that he's not passionate enough. That was his knock coming into the league. Does he care? I chose this picture for 2 reasons. One, because this shows his passion. This was after a win. But I did get rid of the background. I almost worry about him because this background was him winning against Washington. Everyone beats Washington, Chris. Why are we so excited? Everyone beats the Washington football team, right, Pierre? Everyone beats the Washington football team. Why are we this pumped up about this? Obviously, he hasn't made the playoffs in 2 years. I get that, but the traits, man, the traits on this, to me, he's top 3 in traits in the league. He's scary athletic, scary talented. He's very, very good, and their failures, for the most part, I don't blame him for.
Get to the chat here real quick. Let's see what we have. Zach Wilson is the better Wilson.
Ben wanted Zach Wilson at 1. Stay tuned. Maybe he's at 1.
He could be at 1.
Maybe he's at 1.
By the way, go back and watch our VODs, Ben. You might find some value out of some of our other rankings early on in this. The first set of rankings. He got his first career start week 2 because the team doctor stabbed Tyrod Taylor in the lungs.
That is correct. And then his first start was against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs had to win in, I think, overtime in LA that week 2. Herbert's first start.
Marie, I don't want Herbert. I want a veteran. You need that veteran with a new head coach.
I'd take Herbert. Herbert at this point is in his 3rd year. He's seasoned. He's ready. Quarterbacks in their 3rd year are ready to go. Yeah. That's like prime. Like, all right, I know defenses. I know how to read defenses. I know what to do. 3rd year is like prime. That's the start of like the peak. And he's 24. Dude's 24.
So we'll see how this ends up panning out for him. I think that this is a big leap forward for him. If he's able to make the playoffs this year, I think that'll be a big step. Now, he's got to do that despite his coaching staff making crazy calls all the time and trying to gamble throughout games, because you can't always outlive that all the time. And I mean, you end up gambling, you waste a lot of the talent that you could possibly doing if you're making smarter plays on the football field. So that plays into the point of, how Justin Herbert's going to be effective when it comes to throwing the ball and like making decisions when you get put in those difficult situations by your coaching staff. So we'll see how all that plays out. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the division kind of previews coming up here. So don't miss out on that. But there's no doubt that he's the best talent, young talent in the league.
Well, no, I don't know about. I mean, there's a lot of young talent. So I don't know that there's no doubt, but he's certainly the traits alone. The physical traits are all there. Chairman Brady coming in hot at number 5. Moon Princess, I hope I didn't completely miss something. And Allen somewhere in your top 5. You missed our last stream. We had Allen at 13. Was it 14, Chris?
I think it was.
I'm just kidding.
It was 15.
16.
Oh boy, top 5 time. Excited to see my boy Mason Rudolph. There you go.
Yeah. Wait till top 2 reckoning. He'll be there.
Roger.
Oh, but Herbert is 24 and Wilson's waistline is 38. What's your point, Scotty?
I mean, I don't even know if his waistline's 38. Might start with a 4. Might be a 40.
Oh my goodness. All right. The moment that football wife has been waiting for has finally arrived. We are here at number 5, top 5 quarterbacks in the league here. Joe Burrow is here. Young kid, 25 years old, battled a lot of adversity with an ACL injury early on in his career, bounced back, ended up making the Super Bowl in dramatic fashion, making it through the playoffs when nobody, absolutely zero people outside of the Bengals fans, football wife, and all you guys out there in Cincinnati had him going all the way to the end and competing in the Super Bowl. So this was a huge, huge leap for a young kid, 25 years of age, still has a lot going for him in his career. You're looking at the division. He's the best quarterback in that division moving forward at the moment. Watson obviously is a talent, but the Browns are always a shit show. The Browns always brown. I mean, when it comes to the best quarterback there, it's Joe Burrow, and he's going to lead them through to a division title this year. That's no doubt in my mind. And coming in at number 5, Joe Burrow.
Burrow's just a baller to me, dude. I love his personality. I love his persona, his confidence. He just reeks of confidence. Like if you were telling me straight up on traits between Burrow and Herbert, I'd take Herbert. I really would. Yeah, I think Herbert has more traits. But Burrow is a dog, man. Like he leads the team. He's a great thrower of the football, obviously. And let's keep in mind, he played behind a garbage offensive line last year. Yes, he had a lot of weapons on the outside. When you talk about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and their tight end that I'm drawing a blank on right now. But a lot of weapons on the outside, but that offensive line was a problem. It was not good. That's what they used to shore up this offseason, and they did a pretty good job of doing that. So we'll see Joe Burrow ball out this year. I have no doubts about that. He played phenomenal last year. He led them to a Super Bowl. He's top 5 right now. He deserves to be right here. It's hard to put him higher than this, in my opinion. I think this is... Well, obviously, I made these rankings, so I think all of them are right, but this feels right to me. I think 5 for Burrow. He makes another deep run. We could talk about moving him up, but 5 right now seems right. He's even giving me a thumbs up on this, Chris, so I feel good about it.
Let's see. Money Magic. Titans sacked him 10 times, and he had no touchdowns. This narrative changes if Tannehill didn't single-handedly sell that playoff game.
Yeah, but if you look at those sacks, a lot of them were just breakdowns on the offensive line. Just awful. And I did just take a drink, by the way. But Burrow, if you give him time, if you put Joe Burrow behind the Tampa Bay Bucks offensive line,
Colts offensive line,
like he would ball out. Like his accuracy, his arm strength is not elite of the elite, but it's really good. It's plenty good, and his accuracy is incredible, and his awareness and where to throw it, he puts in the right spot. So yeah, CJ Uzama was traded to the Jets. I do recall that now.
Well, and keep in mind, he still has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. He has weapons there.
I mean, Tyler Boyd is your number 3. Is
insane.
I mean, Jamar Chase, we could get in the Madden rankings because he's not in the top 10, but Jamar Chase is clearly a top 10 wide receiver. He's probably closer to top 5.
And not only
in
that,
the league after 1 year, Chris.
And not only that,
greatest rookie year we've ever seen at the wide receiver position.
Joe Mixon is the running back. You have a running game. You have a little bit of everything, and you got better help on the offensive line through the offseason. So it's hard. It's hard to go against Joe Burrow again competing. Now, there's usually that fall off after you've been to a Super Bowl and you lose, or even if you win. Like there's not a lot. There's a fall off. I don't think there's going to be much of a fall off for Cincinnati this year. I just think that they're going to be right there in the mix. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on how he ends up doing moving forward. But realistically, man, like Cincinnati's in a good spot. Scotty, stop being like Chris, Dan.
Yeah, sorry, it's CJ. Who's your mama? Broncos corrected me.
Uzoma. There you go. Come on, man. I thought you knew how to pronounce names.
I mean, better than Chris, but I'm not perfect. I'm not even close.
Broncos smoking Joe. Who's your mama?
Yeah, I didn't know it was Who's Your Mama. It's CJ. Who's Your Mama? Got it.
There you go. TJ. Who's your mama? Yeah,
because you certainly don't say TJ Hushman Zeta or whatever. What was that? Was one of the greatest commercials ever, Chris? By the way, was that fantasy football commercial where it was like, and with the 3rd pick of the 4th round, I draft TJ Who's Your Mama. Super Bowl championship. Mark it up. Championship.
Speaking of fantasy football, we're going to be doing our leagues here coming up this fall when the kickoff happens on that week 1. We are going to be live with all of you guys. We're going to be doing fantasy football leagues for prizes. So make sure you guys are in our Discord, being a part of everything we have going on, because
I'm conflicted, Chris, because we want to talk about fantasy football on the stream, but then I'm literally feeding information to the people in our league.
Makes it more.
They're just gonna steal my players.
Makes it more competitive. Then you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt.
Maybe I'll just lie in our previews. I'll be like, I really, really like TJ. Who's your mama?
Matthew Berry does it. He can do it. See, Matthew Berry's on his own now.
Yeah, Matthew Berry's no longer with ESPN.
Crazy. He's doing his own thing. So that's crazy.
Good for him.
Good for him. He deserves it. Can I be in the league if I'm not on Discord? JK, you can, but
I think it's Discord, Chris.
It's really, first of all, we need to talk trash to everybody in our league. So you need to be in the Discord to do that. Second of all, it's easier to like have all the communications about league stuff in the Discord. It's weird for me to post like league stuff on Twitter and stuff. So
Marie's smart. She's like, I don't listen to you, Scotty. That's actually the best advice you could give. Pierre's like, time to steal Scotty's players. Pierre, I love Carson Wentz. Okay. Might take him first round. We'll see. We'll see if he's available where I'm picking.
You don't want to let Carson Wentz slide. That's for sure.
And I'm taking McLaurin 1 overall if I'm there.
There you go. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
All right, so there you go. Make sure you guys join. Can you put our Discord link in the chat for us, Reckoning, so that people can join in? Again, JK, it'll just be easier if you're in there so that we can like communicate with you on all the league stuff. So, all right, next up, number 4. Oh, I love it. I love it. Tom Brady. This was from last year or is this the current year?
This is a photo from him, I think playoffs last year.
Okay, got it. No problem. I can join up. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
There it is. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Yes. Tom Brady comes in at number 4 here, obviously getting some help with that breaking news. Getting a new tight end there in Tampa Bay. So, with that being said, Tom Brady's doing everything he can to get another Super Bowl before it's all said and done, and he's pushing it. He's pushing the boundaries here.
Chris, I don't know if you saw the age, but I think that's accurate. I think he is. If he's not 82, he's at least 79.
I think.
But he looks good for 82, right?
He looks.
How good does he look?
It's the avocado tequila drink.
This is the first time you realize the age is even on. I'm just kidding. You said ages on other ones.
He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I freaking love you guys. I love you too, Moon Princess. Tom Brady coming in now. Again, Tom Brady's always going to have some nice veteran players on his team. They still are going to be competitive in a bad division. Let's be honest. The division's his for the taking. So he can sleep through the regular season and still be fine getting into the playoffs. But that doesn't change.
He might need to, based off of his look and age here.
Yeah, he might need to take those. What do they call them in the NBA? Those rest days? Load management. He might need to get some load management in for everything going on with, his age and injuries and things along those lines. So, New Orleans, Carolina, and Atlanta aren't going to be threats to him in this division. Also, he still has Leonard Fournette, who came back heavy. Obviously, he's doing a Zion Williams impression or as
Russell Wilson
impression. But you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin coming off an ACL tear. Obviously, that's going to be interesting to see how he comes back from that. But Cameron Brate, Kyle Rudolph will be the tight ends coming in. Obviously, those are trusted pieces for him as safety blankets there. And realistically, they should be able to win this division. I still don't think they're going to be able. I mean, luckily they're in the NFC. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl this year. That's just my opinion. I don't see it. They're starting to look like the Lakers for me for some reason. And they have less talent than the Lakers. And even the Lakers have issues with stuff. But they're doing their best Lakers impression without the drama.
I laughed a little bit when they won 2 years ago and they were like, we're going to run it back. They didn't call it run it back because the Chiefs tried to do that after they won a Super Bowl. And guess what? Sorry, I just hit my computer. Didn't work. And I knew it wouldn't work with the Bucs. And sure enough, it didn't. And now they haven't really added pieces. Like, who are the Bucs added that you're like, oh, this is like a great signing to help them? No, if anything, they lost Gronk. Brady's 82 years old now, so getting up there in age. Maybe not the arm strength.
Their defense took a hit.
Yeah, I mean, their defense just... I just don't... I agree with you. I mean, it's hard not to put Brady in the top 4 just based off of, his career and his results. I still wonder how he was able to achieve this, but obviously based off of team results, he's the GOAT. I know that if you look at just team results. He's been incredibly successful It's wild to think about how many Super Bowls he's won. Going into the chat, Moon Princess already had trouble breathing. Y'all are making me laugh so hard with this picture. Cuban Benny, he could still play Alfred in the new Batman. He needs like an accent though. Like, do we know? I agree. He looks the part. Can he pull off because Alfred needs a British accent, right?
You have to have it. Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. So if he can pull that off, which maybe he can, I've never seen him try. He'd be perfect for Alfred. Casually average. Think he may participate in a pass attempt limit? Yeah. Listen, that guy's not throwing the ball. Here's the thing: they throw the ball all the time in Tampa. His arm might literally fall off on the field this year. It's possible.
You had the drama.
He wanted out of Tampa. Everyone knows it. He knows it. He retired to move to Miami. He wanted to be on Miami. He thought it was all coming together, and then they had some controversy in Miami, so it didn't happen.
Because he was on that boat on those secret boat trips back in the day when they were going through the Flores situation, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all a mess.
Conspiracies. I mean,
he 100% wanted to be on Miami, and all Miami needed to do is not sign Tom Brady. They needed to just draft Justin Herbert instead of Tua a couple years ago, and then Miami would be. Can you imagine Justin Herbert with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Well, I was just going to say, can you imagine Tom Brady with the weapons in Miami? Like, I mean, it would any quarterback outside of Tua, like most quarterbacks outside of Tua in Miami.
Yeah, but Tom would do fine with it because he'd get it out in time and let them run in space. But that'd be more boring than like Herbert, who would throw it down the field and it'd just be a monster.
I'll drink to that.
I mean, Miami would be the Super Bowl favorites right now if Justin Herbert was their quarterback. But Tua is their quarterback, and they're an afterthought.
True.
Even with Tyreek trying to do on his podcast, hyping Tua. Tyreek talks so much about the Chiefs on his podcast that he's clearly sad that he's still not a Chief. It's so obvious, it's embarrassing.
Looks like he should make a Wranglers commercial. True, Cuban. True.
Him and Brett Favre would be great together in a Wranglers commercial.
I get Brett Favre vibes from this picture here.
Yeah.
Brady's the only.
This is not a doctored photo, Chris. This is an accurate portrayal.
100%.
Tom Brady at 82 years old.
Brady looks so old, says Joker.
I don't know why that would be.
I don't know either. Brady is the only one who can be the GOAT and still play in the league at 82. Nice work, Scotty.
I mean, no one's pulled it off at 82.
I'm just glad we got you guys laughing a little bit. I rate Tom Brady number 1, says AP. APC loves his Tom Brady. APC from Down Under. Let's go. Welcome in, APC. How are we doing?
Tom Brady hasn't seen one since 81 years ago.
True. He's got more seasons. He's got another one ahead.
Another one.
So he'll probably retire 4 or 5 more times, guys, and come back. So
until I mean, he's gonna eventually be in like Miami or something.
Just a running corpse out there. Not really a running, but a throwing corpse.
He'll be from like, oh my goodness. I just picture a skeleton on the field, just like unreal. Tom Brady's unreal. Anyways, number 3. A-Rod. Where's Milwaukee's best?
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't have Milwaukee's best in tonight.
Milwaukee's best obviously has the Aaron Rodgers and the Packers over every other team in the AFC West. It's part of our bet that we have. But Aaron Rodgers had a lot of storylines going, and then he was looking for it. He wanted the attention. And then he's got some new tattoos. He's going cryptic on us. He's going very conspiracy on us again. He's got like flat Earth vibes going. But it doesn't change the fact that he is still at 38 years old. 38. Man, he looks arguably older than Brady, technically. Like sometimes in some photos, he looks older than Brady. But he's still a good quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers, I mean, Green Bay, we'll see how they end up. I mean, again, beneficiaries of a bad conference.
Division. And conference, but yes,
Division and
specifically division.
And
that
division.
Division is so bad.
Except for I do have the Vikings challenging them and potentially winning.
I agree.
I think the Vikings could take that division this season. So I'll talk about that on the division previews. But Aaron Rodgers coming in here, he's still going to be a good quarterback. He lost his number one weapon, Devontae Adams, to the Raiders. So you take that out. And then they never really backfilled with anything spectacular. They just filled it with like average at best players. And APC, I don't think he's a good quarterback. He's good. He just like, he has less to work with than he did last year. And look what happened. Like,
the dude has won the last 2 MVPs of the league. So it's hard. People are everything is hate on us putting him at 3, but he's literally been the MVP of the league the last 2 years. That's hard to argue. The issue with him is similar to Dak, except he won a Super Bowl, but he's 38 years old and he's been elite for a long time, and somehow he's only won 1 Super Bowl. And even worse than that, he's only made 1 Super Bowl. In his career, he's only made 1 Super Bowl. There's something wrong with that.
It's weird.
He's too talented, too good. I mean, I know I'm a Mahomes homer. I get it, but Mahomes has already eclipsed that. Mahomes has won a Super Bowl and made another. And he's only played in the league, he's only played 4 years. So Rodgers' knock is he's been a disaster, especially the last couple of years in the playoffs. Last year against the Niners, it was a train wreck. The year before, when they lost to Tampa, I mean, Tom Brady played well, but also threw like 3 picks in that game. He tried to hand the game to Green Bay, and they just didn't take it. There's something wrong with Aaron Rodgers once the playoffs hit. There's something wrong there.
Now, as far as interceptions go, a lot of people in the chat are saying he never throws interceptions. His touchdown to interception ratio is out of control. Now, if you look at it, he hasn't had double-digit interceptions since 2010. So he's had, the most he's had was 8. And that was in 2012 and 2015. Other than that, he's like last season he had 4, previous season 5, 2 the previous season, 6 before that, 7 before that. So you're right. He doesn't throw interceptions. He's very good. But I used to defend Aaron Rodgers in playoff situations most of the time. The last 2, arguably 3 seasons in the playoffs have been on him. There's no questioning that he has been the reason why they haven't. I mean, you can't.
3 years ago, they lost in the NFC Championship game by 1 million to the Niners. I mean, it was like 45-10.
And it's hard for me to think that he's going to like all of a sudden get better in the playoffs just like that with a less talented roster. I mean, you're looking at this. His receivers are Alan Lazard, Christian Watson, and Sammy Watkins.
He has... This year, he would deserve the MVP if he put up numbers like he has in past years, because that's by far bottom 5. You could argue that's the worst wide receiver core in the NFL this year.
So
that's certainly a bottom 5 wide receiver core.
He's got less to work
wide receiver core sucks.
It's bad.
They lost, obviously, Devontae Adams. They lost MVS to the Chiefs, and I know he wasn't like a huge playmaker for him, but he was a piece. He would be 1 or 2 in Green Bay right now as wide receiver options. Christian Watkins is an exciting rookie, but he's coming out of a D2 school in North Dakota State. He's not ready to really contribute excessively this year. I think it's going to take a year or 2 for him to learn how to run routes, and especially with Aaron Rodgers, like he's mostly like just an athlete at this point. He doesn't know what he's doing out there yet. So I agree with you. We haven't even discussed anything about divisions. I agree with you on Minnesota, though. I think Minnesota wins the NFC North this year.
It wouldn't shock me at all. That's been one of my. We talked about that previously when we were doing NFL futures odds and everything else. I like Minnesota a lot in this division. So
What
welcome
about
in.
Tunyon? Yeah, Tunyon's nice, but he mostly like catches touchdowns. He doesn't put up like huge numbers, and maybe Rodgers relies on him more, and he's reliable, but he's not elite at his position. He's just kind of like a guy that has really good hands, but he doesn't like provide, after the catch factor or even a ton of separation. If people start to target Tunyon, he's going to be a non-factor.
Stacko, welcome in, Stacko. How you doing, my friend? Just finished up stream. Carmen San Diego, actually. Oh, nice. Hope it went well. Hopefully everything's going well for you over there. Disgusting. Do a poll on whether Gronk comes back. He's not, but his girlfriend's doing a great job at stirring the pot. What else do we have? Imagine losing in the snow at Lambeau Field. Like Money Magic, you were like, that was my biggest indictment. That's the worst indictment of like the other team doesn't score a touchdown in the game. And Aaron Rodgers, one of the best in the league, doesn't win that game at home in weather. It's terrible. It's indefensible. You can't defend that. So But his golf game is improving, Chris. But his golf game is improving. Roger. His arrogance is. If we were ranking quarterbacks by arrogance, there would be like number 2 over here. I'm trying to get it on camera. And number 1 is way off camera, and it's Aaron Rodgers with arrogance. He's the most arrogant individual in the league, potentially. And Cobb has chemistry. Very unlikable. Klept. I bought into the Cobb hype when he made Randall Cobb hype when he went over last season a little bit in my fantasy football team. It was like a deep like last pick of the draft. I was like, I'm going to throw a little flyer on Randall Cobb. Didn't do anything. I don't like. And I don't mind the flyer, but Rodgers advocated for Cobb, and Cobb didn't do anything all season. So as much as I want that to be a thing. Chris, before we get in the top 2, I'm going to do a code yellow real quick. Go ahead. I'll get to the chat here. They lost to the Giants in NFC Championship at home in the freezing cold, and that was with Favre. Maybe there's a curse. There could be a curse. Maybe they pissed off the wrong witch doctor or something. Maybe that's part of it. That's the only explanation I can have, because you can't lose. Spam code yellow in the chat. Look at all those code yellows. I love it. Let's get it going. Chairman of the board. Cue conspiracy music. Yep. He pissed off the wrong guy. He's got the tattoo now. He's got the triangle with the eye tattoo. He's got the 2 lions because he beats Detroit twice a year. It's a thing. But when the Broncos were looking to bring in Aaron Rodgers, this was my biggest critic. Now, would I have been upset if they brought in Aaron? No. But given the circumstances of how Aaron Rodgers has fared, throwing him into the AFC with all the other competition at quarterback, with the best quarterback competition in the NFL in the AFC, especially in the AFC West division, I just didn't see it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to like get excited about Aaron Rodgers coming to Denver. I would have taken him, but don't sleep on the Lions this year. Lions are competitive. They will always compete, and there will always be are they America's team? Does people like want the Lions to win more than any other team, especially when they're like winless? I think they're America's team. Man, I remember that first game. Man, I wanted them to win so bad. Everyone wanted to. Everyone was keeping there's alerts, ESPN alerts for when the Lions are in close games at the end. That's just a thing. But you've earned it, and we all root for the Lions. Kind of like the Cubs were. Yes, seems like they tightened up the defense. But yeah, so that's where we are with Aaron Rodgers. Number 2 on our list. Here we go. Is Moon Princess still in the chat? Moon Princess, if you're still awake, hope so. If you're still awake, here we are. Ya boy. Which you know that means we're number 1, but it's not a surprise. Let's go. Nothing wrong with being number 2. That's pretty good. My boy, number 2, Josh Allen. Obviously, one of the biggest studs in the league when it comes to the things that he could do on the field. I mean, he can get it done in a lot of ways. He has a lot of weapons out there. He's got a nice little like run quarterback scramble thing going. He can make things happen with his feet. He can make things happen with his arm. He could do a little bit of everything. The Buffalo Bills have been on the up and ups for a while. They have one of the most insane fan bases on earth. I mean, overall, Josh Allen is in a great place to succeed this year. The Buffalo Bills are currently the top rated team in Vegas, the top odds to win it all this coming season. So they are the team to beat according to Vegas. And part of that and most of that is because of Josh Allen and what he was able to do. Now, you know, you have the coin flip situation that happened with the Chiefs. You have the defense meltdown from the Bills that ended up getting them in a bad situation there. But that doesn't change the fact that Josh Allen can get them into those big games, and they're going to be right there in the mix regardless, and they can still make it happen. So, Scotty, you have him at number 2 here. Josh Allen, top-rated quarterback, top-rated team. Well, at least top-rated quarterback in a lot of people's eyes. Top-rated team in the NFL. What are your thoughts here on Josh Allen?
A lot of people asking, wait, where is Mahomes on this list? Like reckoning.
He was in the bottom third.
I think he was at 18. You guys missed him a long time ago. So Mahomes is long gone. We're at 2. We'll see who's at 1, but certainly wouldn't be Mahomes at this point. I don't know how to lie anymore, Chris. So I've seen a lot of quarterback rankings this offseason, and a lot of experts putting Allen at 1. Listen, Allen to me is a lot like Herbert. The traits are all there, except for me, Allen. I still have some accuracy concerns at times. Not the most accurate at times, but he's a monster. He's 237 pounds. He's not like Wilson. He's not 5'11", 237. He's 6'5", 237. So it's a build. He's a great short yardage runner, honestly. Great thrower of the football. Obviously, played phenomenal in the playoffs last year against New England and then Kansas City. But the narrative is just bizarre to me that you can rank Josh Allen 1. Let's look back at that Bills Chiefs game, Chris. Okay. Let's be clear. Going into that, the number 1 defense in the NFL as far as yards per game and points per game was who, Chris? Do you know? Going to the Bills Chiefs game during the season, who had the number 1 defense in the NFL?
What?
Wait, sorry, I was reading some chat. Say that one more time.
Going into the Bills Chiefs game in the playoffs last year, in the regular season, let's just say in the regular season, who had the number 1 defense in the NFL when you're talking about yards per game and points per game?
Was it the Bills?
It was the Bills. It was the Bills. When you talk about yards per game, the Chiefs defense ranked, I believe, 26 or 27. Not that good, right? Not that good. 1 is better, like being ranked 1 is better than 27, right? Wouldn't you rather have the number 1 defense than the 27th ranked defense?
Probably.
In yards per game? Just saying. Okay. So, let's look at the stats of that game. Because everyone talks about Josh Allen being the number 1 quarterback in the league based off of that game, it feels like, or the playoffs in general. He had a phenomenal game against the Patriots the week before. Totally get it. Absolutely did. Mahomes has had some good playoff games, right? Kind of, maybe. Let's look at the stats in this game, okay? Total yards in this game. Chiefs, 552. Bills, 422. So Chiefs outgained him by 130 yards in that playoff game. That everyone feels like the Bills were robbed of. No offense here at Moon Princess. Just listen. Yards per play were 7.6 to 6.7 in favor of the Chiefs. Passing yards. Mahomes, 370. Allen, 330. Or actually, no. Mahomes was 378. Allen was 329. Average yards per pass were identical, 8 yards per pass. But then you're like, but Josh Allen offers more on the ground, which I agree with. He offers different things than Mahomes does. Josh Allen is great if you want to pick up a short yardage first down, let him like snap and shotgun, let him run to the outside. He's tough to bring down. He's a big dude. So he had 68 yards rushing in this game. Phenomenal number for a quarterback. Mahomes, 69 yards rushing. So everyone wants to paint this picture like Josh Allen was robbed in this game of winning, when Mahomes actually put up numbers that were better against the number one defense in the league. Allen put up really, really good numbers against the 27th best defense in the league when you're talking about yards per game. And that's passing and overall when you're talking about the Chiefs defense, and passing versus overall when you're talking about the Bills defense. So what's the better performance? A guy who puts up more yards and all of this and wins the game against the number one defense, or the guy that does it against the number 27 defense in the league? It's just bizarre to me that people are ready to anoint. I think what happens, and this is natural, and I'm not looking at the chat, so there's probably a lot of haters. But this is natural. You get bored. You get bored with people. So, like, Mahomes is great. All right, fine. But what's the next big thing? What can we anoint above Mahomes? And so everyone's like, Josh Allen is it. And Josh Allen very well could get to that point, but he's not there yet. There is no reasonable explanation anyone can explain to me why you would rank Josh Allen above Patrick Mahomes at this point in their careers going into next season as far as quarterback rankings. Tell me why you do that. What has Josh Allen proved on the field that Mahomes hasn't? Because it's not close, in my opinion, when you talk about career success already. And as far as results head to head, the last 2 years, it's 3-1 in favor of Mahomes. Congratulations, Josh Allen. You won a regular season matchup in Kansas City. By the way, you lost the last 2 years in the playoffs to the Chiefs. And don't tell me that you don't have as good of a roster, because your defense in Buffalo is way better than Kansas City's defense. No one would argue that. Buffalo's defense is way better than Kansas City's, and yet Mahomes has won the last 2 years in the playoffs. Why? Because of Tyreek Hill? Okay, Tyreek Hill's gone. You don't have Stephon Diggs? Is Stephon Diggs no good? Is he trash? Is he not a top 5 to 7 wide receiver in the league? So I don't want to hear that. This isn't my Scotty A. Smith rant, but it could have been. I just think, listen, I love Josh Allen. I have him at 2. I have no disrespect towards Josh Allen. But anyone that's ranking Josh Allen above Mahomes right here is just wanting to be different and wanting to, like, be outside the box. Because there's nothing there to this point in their careers. And by the way, they're the same age. They're both 26. So don't tell me that Josh Allen's up and coming, because they're both 26. There's nothing there that says Josh Allen. I just don't see any GM in the league picking Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes if they're starting a franchise. Josh Allen also historically has made some really, really dumb decisions at times, especially not so much throwing picks, but at times throwing picks, but getting sacked like 20 yards in the backfield because he tries to make stupid plays.
Meanwhile, we have him at number 2.
He's at 2. He's really, the traits are, you can't ignore the traits. And his big weakness was the accuracy, and he's improved a lot there, but he still isn't, I mean, he's not, to me, he's not a top 7 accuracy guy in the league. That's his weakness, is accuracy. But everything else is there. Awareness is also an issue. Sometimes, like, reading the defense and getting rid of the ball and making the right play at times. But the traits are out of this moon. The traits are all there. And Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to be very, very good There's a reason Vegas has them as the team to beat this year. I don't agree with it, but I don't think it's like wild. I don't think Vegas is just like out on some crazy planet thinking that the Buffalo Bills are the team to beat.
Starting Park Racing popped in for a little bit. Welcome in, Starting Park. Who's your team and where you're from? I'd like to get to know you a little bit. I know you're looking around in the background, popped in for a little bit. So, hey, let us know, who your teams are so we can get to know you a little bit better. It looks like you had some conspiracy things you wanted to get into. So, had my other chat going here. Sorry, back to lurking. Hey, we're glad you popped in. Glad you're here. Glad you're, jumping in with us here on our show tonight. Crowder was a great signing for the Bills. Him and Josh will click. Jamison Crowder. Is Sky bitching about how people don't like the coin toss rule? No, he's bitching about how people can think Mahomes is second to Allen.
Look at the results. Look at the results.
Moon Prince is like, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this Mahomes and Allen ranking coming a mile away. I think a lot of us did, but
yeah. I'm not hating on Allen. He's number 2. Number 2.
Now,
there's no way to say I'm hating on a guy when I rank him number 2
I think
in the league.
I want to see that Mahomes does without Hill. So here's the issue with
That's
that.
Fair.
Well, here's the issue with that because Mahomes is actually pretty good without Hill. And Mahomes
it's small sample size.
It's small sample size, but Mahomes rankings through, I think I was trying to find what it was. I think without, I pulled it up for a second earlier on,
I've said it before on this stream. Here it is. Mahomes without Hill has a passer rating of 103, 1,737 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick in 5 games without Hill. And by the way, they won 4 of the 5 games.
So yeah, no, he's good without Hill, but we'll talk about that here in a second once we get to that. But I will say Josh Allen, I think he's on his way to getting better and better in this league. It's not like he's going to fall off by any means. He's still getting better. He's young. He will be in the mix for the best quarterback in the league for a while. Scary part, he's not progressing as a passer. He still has days where he's, not always clicking, but he's always going to be in that range. When he can make a big body like that, he averaged 6.25 yards per carry on 122 rushes. Is that sustainable? And is it going to be, an issue? He's more durable.
He's similar to Cam Newton in that regard, except they don't run him up the middle. They put him in shotgun and let him just go off tackle, and I like that way more for preservation. Like, he doesn't get hit hard on those, and his body can hold it. I'm actually not concerned about Josh Allen running the ball.
No,
I think it's fine.
I think it's one of the biggest things that you can't account for. Is that's what we saw a lot in some of those games in the playoffs where teams looked at him. Even in that Chiefs game, he was able to scramble out and get big yardage when it really mattered in tough clutch situations. I would say in that respect, he's very good at picking his spots on when to go and when he's, needs to make something happen, through his arm and deciphering what happens with those. He still needs to button it up a little bit, tighten those screws a little bit more. But realistically, if you're a quarterback and if you're a team in this league, Josh Allen he's the best of the best. He's number 2 on our list. So he is going to be solid for the Bills moving forward. He's their franchise quarterback for as long as he's ready to keep lacing him up. I want to see Mahomes. We saw that. I think my internet dislikes currently rolling through some buffering. I keep buffering, LOL. Is that on purpose or not? I don't think you were hating on him, to be fair. I just didn't expect the rant about it, says Moon Princess.
I just wanted to explain it. Everyone was going to think I was a homer for who's at number 1, and I just wanted to explain myself.
Results number 1, number 2, watch Joey B and Stafford play in the Super Bowl from the comfort of their couch.
I'm sorry, Chairman. Do the top 2 quarterbacks in the league play in the Super Bowl every year? Because Matthew Stafford's been in the league for 100 years and been in the Super Bowl once.
Through Anthony Barra for sure. Let's see his attribute, if you will. Hurry up, my NyQuil is kicking in, says football. Okay. How was Sam Darnold drafted ahead of this guy?
This guy had a lot of question marks.
I remember coming out of Wyoming.
He is not. I mean, when he was drafted, his accuracy was awful, and quite frankly, he wasn't very good throwing the football the first couple of years in Buffalo. It took him a long time. He's not the rule. He's the exception to the rule, because normally a guy that's that inaccurate doesn't figure it out in the league. This guy did. So he still got picked at what? Buffalo took him at like 5 or 6, I think, in that draft, which is still obviously very high. He was behind Darnold. He was behind Darnold was 2. Baker was 1. You're right. Baker was 1. Darnold was 2. That was the draft with the guy at USC oh my gosh, 2 other guys. Oh, well, Lamar got picked at the end of that first round. But there was the guy that got picked by Arizona that ended up being a flop that I can't think of right now. Anyway,
but
regardless of that.
But yeah, no, he came into the league with question marks.
This guy's the exception to the rule. Because normally when you see a guy in college with he had a lot of traits, but his accuracy was so bad that you don't normally fix that.
Well, he was a guy that was raw. He came in with all of the
so raw.
He came in with the power. Like you saw him throw the ball downfield over and over and over, and it was just like the power, the sheer arm strength, and everything else. And it was just bombs after bomb in Wyoming. And that's what we were like. How that's not going to translate to the NFL? How is that going to be an issue? That
it seems like an Elway guy though, but he didn't take him.
No.
Elway could have taken Josh Allen.
A lot of teams could have taken Josh Allen, and
no. Josh Allen went like 5 or 6.
Was this the draft we drafted Vaughn?
You traded back. No, you took Chubb. I think you took Chubb.
Which was the biggest mistake ever.
He is the exception to the rule, though. Everyone wants to point out Josh Allen as like a reason to take a quarterback that's been bad in college accuracy wise. And historically, it just does not work out. Josh Allen is absolutely the exception to the rule. I'm happy he made it and he did well. But I actually don't think... I don't blame... I think Elway was a garbage GM, but I don't blame him for not taking Josh Allen because there were a lot of red flags there. But he's a guy... The traits were like Josh Allen or Elway type. Elway liked elite arm strength, a big quarterback, a tall quarterback, a heavy quarterback. So there's a lot that would have intrigued Elway, but Elway stayed away based off the accuracy issues,
I think he had all legitimate. He had all the success coming off of Von Miller, and he was like, Bradley Chubb is going to be the same as Von Miller with all the hype, and that flopped more than anything else. Jamarcus Russell, he was supposed to go to the Broncos. The man shall not named Ellis squashed that. Benny Rosen. Just Rosen.
It was Josh Rosen was the quarterback I couldn't think of. That was drafted by Arizona, and then a year later they literally took little dude Kyler Murray, number 1.
Yeah,
overall.
All right, last but not least, we got to get to the last.
This is not biased. This is not biased.
Hell, as much as I just have to block out a lot of the Kansas City hype a lot of times, it's hard to go against number 1, and that's Patrick Mahomes. I get it. I mean, when you're looking at the top 2, I get the argument between the two. They're arguably the top 2, and I mean, Patrick Mahomes, what he can do. You saw this in the last game of the season last year in the Buffalo Bills series. Like what he can do in just on a football field in general is insane. Let's just say any team, if you had a chance to say, hey, I would take Patrick Mahomes and trade him for him straight up with your quarterback, how many teams would say yes to that? And it should be pretty much every team. I mean, obviously,
it should be every team.
I mean, even
it should be every team.
Josh Allen, you make it. You can make some people can make arguments with like the top 2, top 3, whatever. But Mahomes has a lot going for him, and he's only 26. He's only 26, and he's playing out of his mind. So You saw what he did in the playoffs last year. He's already won a Super Bowl this young in his career. He has a lot going for him. I get it. I get it. His arm talent speaks for itself. He could throw. He can make anybody better. Will Tyreek Hill be a drop off from like a raw throwing downfield standpoint? Yes. He will have less vertical, and there's arguments of the kid they drafted might be able to fit in and whatever, but he's still able to do things. We mentioned what he's good without Tyreek Hill in a lot of instances as well. So when it comes to being able to attack downfield, extending plays, doing all that he can do to make big plays. Now, did he actually come out? We talked about some of the deficiencies in some of these players because there may not be a lot.
The 5 fingers,
but
side of the face.
There are some, and he showed some turnovers over the last season that are uncharacteristic of what we've been used to with Patrick Mahomes. Now, he corrected some of those a little bit as the season went on, but there was some struggles there. We saw a lot of close games. They didn't cover a lot of spreads, Scotty, but they won games. So they weren't as dominant as they have historically been when it comes to just blowing teams out of the water by like 20, 30 points. That might be on the back burner. They're going to be close games, and the AFC West is in a very tight division. So great talent in there, great pass rushers from the Chargers. The Raiders have a couple pass rushers, but so will he be able to stay on his feet? That's another thing and that goes for any AFC West quarterback. But still, you can't argue that he's number one. By the way, what does it say? Reeler's Fife. Welcome in. Rodgers ranked number one at choking in the playoffs. There you go. Hey, Real, what's
that's fair.
Who's your team and where are you from? We'd like to get to know you. Let's give him or her a nice warm welcome in the chat. Let's go. Scotty, let's talk about your boy.
Yeah. Real quick, because people are talking about he makes bad decisions at times. I would love you all to watch every interception he threw last year. Because I promise you, 7 to 8 of those went directly through the wide receiver hands. In fact, a lot of times it was Tyreek Hill to the cornerback or safety behind them in coverage. So while he made some bad throws, no doubt about it, there were so many drops that led to picks last year, more than any player in the league. I promise you that. Look it up. Reckoning. Why are there 2 bums on the screen? Oh, and there's Scott too. So he's calling you and Mahomes a bum, Chris.
What do we got here?
Why is Reckoning calling you and Mahomes a bum? He might have said Scott instead of Chris. I'm just ignoring that. Money Magic. He tries to do too much, sometimes scrambling around doing crazy stuff when nothing is there. I would never, ever coach Mahomes to not do that, because part of that is what makes him great. Him getting outside the pocket and creating plays downfield. I'm so excited. I am so excited for this season, Chris, because everyone's like, everyone for forever was like, Mahomes has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, so of course he's good. Why wouldn't he be good? Without them, he'd be nothing. All right, he doesn't have Tyreek anymore.
People wouldn't say nothing.
Not nothing, but like he wouldn't be who he is. Now he doesn't have Tyreek, so everyone's like, Travis Kelce is your number one option, is good, obviously, but beyond that, Juju, there's some question marks there, right? A lot of question marks at wide receiver. So I can't wait for this season because Mahomes is still going to be Mahomes. I know it. I'm certain of it. And people will no longer have the argument of like, well, he just has Kelce and Hill to rely on. Because that's not who Mahomes is. Mahomes, in fact, it might help that he's not relying on those two. He still has plenty of talent around him, and he has one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. The Chiefs' offensive line is phenomenal. Give credit to their GM, who drafted 2 rookies last year who were absolutely incredible. Their center and their guard that they drafted were so good. And now your only question is at right tackle, and we'll see who wins out at right tackle. They drafted a guy this year. They drafted a guy a couple years ago, but they have another option as well off their bench that played well. So literally the best offensive line in the AFC West by far to go with these weapons, and the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. I mean,
Well,
listen, the guy has literally, I've said this time and time again, but how do you not rank a guy who's played 4 seasons and every year, 2 of the years, he made the Super Bowl, he won one of those, and the other 2 years, he lost in overtime of the conference championship game. Can you imagine another quarterback doing that and not be ranked 1? Like, that's insane. The last 4 years, he's never lost in regulation prior to the Super Bowl. He's won 1, he's lost the Super Bowl, and he lost twice in overtime in the conference championship game. That's in one of those games, he didn't even get the ball. No one complains about that like they complain about Josh Allen. But his first year against the Patriots and Tom Brady, he didn't get the ball in overtime. They lost the coin flip. He never got the ball. After putting up 28 points in the second half. Or maybe 31. I don't even know what it was. It was somewhere around there.
I will say this. If Patrick Mahomes has the season that you think he'll have, it's going to be well warranted that he's the best quarterback in the league. You got the best division. You got the best division in football by far. You have the best.
The Chiefs will absolutely win the division. And if anyone wants to make a bet with me in the Discord where I get the Chiefs and you get the rest of the division, I'm happy to do so.
So you have that, right? You have the best division. You have the best conference in football. So you have more to battle through in the playoffs once you get to those conference games and
Chiefs.
So
the Chiefs' schedule is absolutely insane.
It's insane.
Everyone look at the Chiefs. Go on and look at the Chiefs' schedule. There are literally 3 games that you're like, oh, that's not a very good team. The other 14 are legitimate, like, good teams.
So we'll see
It's
how
that hard.
And if Patrick Mahomes can navigate that and still be as effective and battle through that gauntlet, he deserves it. He deserves to be the number 1 quarterback in the league, and he does. And that'll even solidify him up there even stronger if you're questioning where he's at right now. So just we'll see how this season plays out and see what ends up happening here. But it's going to be either way. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how the Chiefs, are able to maintain that excellence in that gauntlet of teams that they got to play. No, Scotty, they did complain about that too. Just very selective memories as reckoning.
Complain about what? Sorry.
Coin flip, maybe? If that's maybe. I don't know.
I think the Chiefs fans complained about that, and the Chiefs did, but the media didn't address it near as much because Tom Brady made the Super Bowl, and they were happy about that.
I'm going to make it to training camp. I want to see if there's match. By the way, training camp, the Raiders started training camp today. Or something. Didn't I see something?
Did they?
They're the first team. No, yeah. Hold on. I think they started training camp like super early. Las Vegas Raiders camp, or they started something early, like super early.
I'm here for it. Let's start camp because we need sports.
Oh, the Las Vegas Raiders opened their 63rd training camp today at their home facility, and rookies reporting on July 18th. Veterans 2 days later.
So they're in the thick of it. They must be in the Hall of Fame game because that's the only reason they'd be there already. But training camps are happening, so now what we're going to hear is that every team and every person on that team is playing better than ever and in the best shape of their life, Chris. That's what training camp is.
It's pretty much just smoke and mirrors for a lot.
Every team is better than they've ever been.
even the teams that were on our first round of
I have laughed for so many years how many times I've heard on Denver radio them hyping the quarterback play for the Broncos. And I've laughed.
Well, that's 104.3. 104.3 The Fan is a little...
True. I've listened to them a decent amount, and they just hype it. But everyone hyped. The whole media has hyped it, not just 94 or 104.3. Altitude has as well, Chris, at times. So and I like Altitude better. I love Altitude's morning show. It's my favorite show.
It's a great show. 100%. Broncos said the Chiefs would win the division. Do you think Mahomes' kryptonite is a too high safety coverage? Says the main.
Not even remotely. That's so embarrassing that people thought that was like preventing the Chiefs. The narrative last year was everyone played too high against them, and the Chiefs' offense was slowed down. Guess which team averaged more points per drive in the NFL than any other team in the NFL last year, Chris? You don't have to guess. It's the Chiefs. The Chiefs scored more points per drive than any team in the NFL last year. But they're shut down because of too high safety? Isn't points the objective? Is that the objective, Chris?
That's how you win games.
So I feel like points per drive is a pretty good stat. And they scored more points per drive than any other team in the NFL. So their offense was better than every team in the NFL last year. So no, I don't think too high safety coverage mattered at all last year. Not at all.
A Mandalorian. I hope Chris doesn't actually believe the Broncos are going to be better than the Chargers. I do think the Broncos are going to be better than Chargers.
Sounds like a bet.
Sounds like a bet
you should make.
Throw in the Discord a Mandalorian. I will take that bet that the Broncos will beat the Chargers this year in the division, at least from a record standpoint.
And let the record state, I like your side of Mandalorian.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Jump in on that bet.
Chris.
Jump in on it. All right. So we are getting a little bit further along in the show, along with Titans. Chiefs, another team that had no business losing to Bengals in the playoffs. Says Money Magic.
What was that? Sorry, I missed it.
Along with Titans,
okay.
Chiefs, another team that had no business losing to the Bengals in the playoffs.
I mean, you could argue, no disrespect to the Bengals, because they won 3 games in the playoffs, and they deserved to. I mean, they did it. But they could have lost all 3 of those games, too. Their first wildcard game against the Raiders, they were first in, if not goal, they were at like the first and 10 from the 12 at the end of the game to tie it up. Didn't get in. The Titans threw a pick at midfield that allowed the Bengals to kick a field goal to win it. And the Chiefs should have wrapped it up by halftime and didn't score from the 1 yard line at all. They didn't even get a field goal and then lost in overtime. So while I'm not discrediting what the Bengals did because they won each of those games, they also could have. I mean, each of those games were very, very close games. That's all I'm saying. And I wouldn't. Football wise, right? Yeah, we still won. Absolutely. I mean, doing that again won't be easy. Don't expect that again. No offense, Bengals fans.
And again,
that's just really, really hard to do again.
And again,
in a competitive AFC,
Chiefs don't have an easy cakewalk all the way through either. So it's tough all the way through in the AFC.
The Chiefs won't have like home field advantage because their schedule is way too hard. The Bills will probably be the 1 seed in the AFC.
As much as
doesn't mean they'll make it.
As much as I dislike it, I gotta agree, Scotty, with this ranking. Says Moon Princess.
Thank you, Moon. Thank you, Moon.
But I will say this is going to be one of the. I'm more hyped about this upcoming football season more than I usually am at this point and I'm always hyped up for football season. But like what we have to look forward to in the AFC specifically, and not to throw any shade at the NFC. I love what some of the teams are doing in the NFC. It's fine, but the competitive. Just
AFC's.
It's going to be must see TV. It's going to be primetime TV. Every single week in the AFC, and I can't wait for that. Like the divisions are just stacked. That's a bet I'll take, Chris. Bengals got lucky against the Chiefs. Yeah. Scotty, do you see the Bengals in the 2023 Super Bowl?
No, I don't. No. I mean, it would be stupid for me to predict any team in the Super Bowl from the AFC next year. But the Bengals would be not. They probably closer to like the 4th or 5th team in the AFC for me next year.
I love what Moon
No
Princess.
disrespect. They deserved everything they got last year. That's not disrespecting the Bengals. And I like Joe Burrow. I really, really do. And their team's probably, ironically, going to be better this year. I think they're better. Now, there's an issue with the Bengals notoriously being cheap and not offering Jesse Bates a competitive contract at safety, and he's one of the top safeties in the league, and there's a whole issue with that. Like, the Bengals, to me, can be perceived at times as the Oakland A's of baseball. Like, they just don't spend money, and they're too cheap at times. Now, they're going to pay Joe Burrow, of course, but they gave a ridiculously embarrassing offer to Jesse Bates, who's a great safety. I think Football Wife, if you're still here, you'd agree. Jesse Bates is a super important aspect of that team. And they gave an embarrassing offer to him. Like a super embarrassing offer. Like not even close to market value.
All right.
So what happens with that? What happens with that?
So we're getting to the bottom of the show. We got some people heading out. So we want to get to the final installment of Coming In Hot for Scotty A. Smith here in a second. Real quick, I want to highlight 2 messages and let's dive into Scotty coming in hot. We have divisions coming up this coming week and moving forward from here on out, so don't miss that. Knowing I get to experience football season in its entirety with you and the lab got me hyped, says Moon Princess.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about.
I'm so here for it.
So,
I could talk about football, obviously, forever.
Broncos, we're going to get to this if you want to hang out, but otherwise, let's give Broncos a J.R. Smith goodbye. And if you want to hang out, Broncos, for Coming In Hot, it's coming up right now. So don't miss out if you want to do that. But we will see you back here. Otherwise, Broncos on Wednesday. Sunday. I am so.
Like, what day is
I'm
today?
so thrown off.
Today is Wednesday.
Prepare the salt mines as the biggest one is going to blow here. Let's do it. Let's dive in. Scotty A. Smith is coming in hot.
All right, guys. Chris, we've talked about how difficult math can be. Math can be hard. Obviously, you get to the upper echelons, you got calculus, you got trig, you got geometry, you got algebra, you got all those things. Multiplication, division, those can be difficult. What is not difficult is counting, Chris. ESPN had one damn job to count the amount of home runs each player got in the home run derby. And why does it matter, Chris? It doesn't matter, except for the fact that a lot of people, mistakenly or not, because I wouldn't do it, and I can't do it because I work in baseball, but bet on the home run derby. So a lot of people are mad because they got screwed over, Chris, in a first round home run derby competition between Kyle Schwarber and Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols obviously being a legend, the crowd favorite, but all the bets, there were a lot of bets coming in on Kyle Schwarber, who I think leads the National League in home runs, to win the home run derby competition. And that's a fair bet. That's a fair bet. Marie's like, how much money did Scott lose? I cannot bet on baseball. I would not bet on baseball. I'm not allowed to bet on baseball. I lost no money on this. What I'm mad about is that ESPN keeps screwing up. They can't count. So Kyle Schwarber lost by 1 home run in the first round against Pujols. But ESPN didn't count one of Schwarber's home runs. How hard is it to count? You have one person counting, you have a backup of a backup, because you're ESPN, you have to have the reference points and the ability to staff people counting the amount of home runs that each person hits in the event you're covering. That's your only job, is to count. It's not trig, it's not calculus. It's not the Pythagorean theorem. It's counting. My 5-year-old son would have got it right, and ESPN didn't. Have we heard anything from ESPN? No, we have not. They could give 2 shits about them making this mistake because ESPN doesn't care. And the people that lost, because this should have gone to a sudden death between Kyle Schwarber and Albert Pujols. And I don't care who won. I literally don't care. But the fact that you don't keep track of the home runs in a home run derby is embarrassing. Can you imagine an NBA game where they just, I don't know, forget to add a basket and a team loses by 2? Can you imagine that happening? And I agree, an NBA game counts more towards a season, but the bets are, there's probably more bets on the home run derby because that's all you can bet on that day, and people are addicts, unfortunately. So that's all you can bet on is the home run derby, so you do it. You bet on Schwarber because, you know what, he's a pretty damn good home run derby. And no one's betting on Pujols because, no offense to Pujols, the stamina's not there. He's not going to win. He might win a round, as he kind of did, but he won't win every round because he's going to get too tired because he's too old. But the fact that ESPN misses it, doesn't correct it, and has since ignored it completely makes them so frustrating and irrelevant to me. I don't watch ESPN, really. I really don't. I don't watch ESPN anymore. But them not addressing the fact that, hey, like just address it. Own it. Admit it. Mistake happened. But to not own it and to just let this happen and this home run mattered. Schwarber lost because of this. It would have gone to sudden death. And then we would have seen what happened. And people bet on it. Livelihoods might have been at stake because people have gambling problems. And if you bet on Schwarber, I'd be mad. I'd be furious. I'd ask for my money back. I'd sue. I'd do whatever I could. Because this is ridiculous that ESPN, of all people, can't have checks and balances to make sure that the home run count is correct, which is one of the easiest things to do. It's not that hard to count home runs. It's not that difficult. And they blew it like they blow almost everything at this point. ESPN is becoming embarrassing and a shell of what they were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. They were the peak of sports coverage, and now they're an embarrassment, in my opinion. I'm done, Raymond, but damn it, just count right.
There you go, coming in hot. You know, this was a big deal in a lot of ways. Again, gambling has turned into a different beast, and I'm not gonna lie. I stay away from betting home run derbies, and I did it like a couple years back, and I actually hit, which was a whole side thing. But like, you know,
you have a problem regardless. Don't. By the way, if you're here, don't bet on something like the home run derby.
Don't bet on like weird all-star games, all home run derbies. I never touch. It's very rare, but like this matters though. This matters in the sense that like if you're gonna have betting channels covering this game and you're gonna have people that are investing in this, I get it, it's a gambling thing, but it's also, you know, I mean, obviously it's a individual player thing. Like obviously you want to win the home run derby as a player. Like that's a huge fun accomplishment.
If you're in it, you're in it to win it, no doubt.
So you know you're there, you're not just there just to, you know, I mean, part of you is joining the festivities, but you want to win the home run derby. That's a fun thing to do. Winning this dunk contest, winning anything else that you have going on, festivities for All-Star Weekend. Like, you don't want to go out there and just lose and just like get embarrassed. But it's just like, and congratulations to Soto, obviously.
And there is a lot of money at stake, actually. Chairman brought up, and the winner got like $1 million. I don't know the payouts specifically, but there's definitely payouts for the winner that are robbed from Schwarber at this point. Like Schwarber could have won this whole thing if he was just given the chance and counted. If someone was able to count to 20, you had to count to 20.
It's
not a big number.
Did you?
I was literally driving home from the zoo tonight with my son, and he was like, "What's 30 plus 30?" And I was like, "I don't know. What do you think?" And he's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Well, what's 3 plus 3?" And he's like, 6. And I'm like, "All right, so what's 30 plus 30?" And he's like, 60. And I'm like, he's not even in kindergarten yet. And he gets it. He knows what 30 plus 30 or 40 plus 40 or... He got a little thrown off by 60 plus 60. But to be fair, how does someone at ESPN not just count? Just count.
Like, and then
You have to press a button every time there's a home run. Actually, that's not even counting. That's just paying fucking attention.
well, and then there's like, well, I mean, and like seeing the baseball come out of the dude's hands and counting it when time's up. Like, I mean, there's things that happen that it's just like, what's the intent?
Well, and reportedly, the rule is in the home run derby that you can't hit a ball until your last ball lands. But Juan Soto was just literally hitting the winner, and Juan Soto is obviously one of, if not the greatest talent in Major League Baseball right now. Glad he won. Great for the sport. He was amazing. But he was hitting balls before the other ones landed. He was. But there was no one tracking this, or they don't care. So why would a player care about this? Just keep hitting the ball, because no one polices anything. No one polices it.
That's what worries me about this whole event and betting on it too. No one is like keeping the integrity of the actual game in mind when it comes to how these things affect bettors, players, everything going on. In the chat, ever since Bishop Sycamore, ESPN has been an absolute failure of a company. Scotty, I'm going to go back and watch this, Pierre. You're not going to be super excited, Pierre. There's nothing really here.
It's going to be a reality. They missed Schwarber's, I believe it was his 18th home run. They missed it. They just didn't count it. He lost by 1.
I only bet on horse racing. Betting is too rich for my blood. You got to be a degenerate if you want to be betting on like weird stuff, like, you know, home run derbies and all-stars, and it's like
or horses. That's what I assume degenerates are people that bet on animals.
I bet on animals.
I don't get that. I would never bet on an animal. I don't trust animals.
I got. By the way, did you drop a Pythagorean theorem reference in your take?
I'm sorry. Do you want to say that word again?
Pythagorean theorem. What
did you graduate 5th grade?
What is like
Pythagorean
theorem? I mean,
or is it Pythagorean with an M at the end?
Don't
now I don't know. But it's not anything like you said.
I mean, reckoning to be in my defense, Scotty's having trouble figuring out what it was.
Pythagorean with an M at the end.
Either way,
I think
it's not. I think. See, you fell into the trap again. Yes, I did. But I was baited. And
now I think it's with an N. Now you got me flustered, Chris. I had it right the first time Moon Princess said, and now I'm confused. It is Pythagorean. Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean.
You don't know what that is? Isn't that like a squared plus b squared equals c squared or something like that?
Yeah. Still. I'm like, I mean, I know the concept. I remember. How often do I use it? Never, because that's not
you. I mean, you did go to Aurora Public Schools.
I went to Cherry Creek, my friend. Don't be.
What? Wait, where did you go to high school?
Eagle Crest.
Is that Cherry Creek?
That's Cherry Creek.
That's like flirting with Aurora, though.
I grew up.
It's in Aurora.
It is in Aurora. Well, it's in Centennial. Anyway, that's by.
No one knows what we're talking about. Pythagorean theorem, which is what I said originally, and then people got me flustered and I blew it.
Pythagorean. You had an Ian.
No. Pythagorean. It's Pythagorean.
Ian? Well,
yes.
Reckoning has Pythagorean.
No, it's Pythagorean. It's Pythagorean. I'm very confident in that.
Okay. All right. Well, go.
Reckoning's wrong this time. What's up, Rec?
I went to
Moon
Stanford.
Princess, Scotty is correct.
Okay, so reckoning.
I went to Stanford. I loved advanced mathematics, a very fun subject. For sure. It was advanced. Apparently, the guy that worked for ESPN was not present for that.
What is the five?
Oh,
because he couldn't count. And 100% it's Pythagorean.
Chris, I got an idea for the next show. I'll give you a list of players' names, and you have to pronounce a certain amount of them right. That could be a fun game. You fell into
be a disaster.
What else do we have? I can't do sports betting. For one, I don't know how it works. For two, I don't have enough money to throw at it on betting.
Who said that?
Moon.
Oh, well, at least that's good awareness.
I went to Penn State and fucking sucked at calculus. Hey, that's mod abuse. Because I want to slap somebody too. Reckoning.
Who do you want to slap, Chris?
No, I slapped reckoning.
Oh,
for getting.
Wait, are you guys fighting?
No,
that's our mod.
That's our mod. All right, well that's it for us tonight. Let me go up and pull up our final credits for everybody here, and we're gonna get things all just knocked out here at the end, guys. Thank you so much for. I look forward to winning this bet, Amandalorian. Amandalorian, are you in the Discord? If you're not in the Discord, you have to throw the official bets in the Discord so they're tracked. Reckoning takes a look at those too. So Discord, there's the link. Yeah, there we go. Reckoning, you're ahead of me. There you go. It's in there twice. Join in on the Discord, and we will make sure that you're all good there. Let me run the credits here.
Moon being like, watching this was like watching a fight go down in the Waffle House parking lot. That's actually an accurate portrayal of what occurred the last hour tonight. But
yeah, 100%.
Also, I would watch a fight in the Waffle House parking lot over and over. So must have been entertaining, Chris.
Yeah,
because I would watch that.
You can't. It's like you can't turn away from it. You can't just turn a blind eye to it. You got to keep eye on what's happening in the fight, right? Scott Marie will bet 5 subs with you when the Chiefs lose a division. Ooh, Marie.
I don't even know if I'm old. I don't even know if I'm old enough to remember the last time the Chiefs lost the division. That was so long ago.
Were you were old enough to see Super Bowl 50 though?
That was actually the last year, and they didn't win the division. But the Chiefs, the Broncos have won a Super Bowl more recently than they beat the Chiefs. Fun fact. And they're the last time playing before the Super Bowl, they also lost. I mean, again.
Hey.
Thank you.
You're not leaving yet, damn it. Subs 7 months. 7 months. What's up, Moab? Let's go.
Up, Moab?
We missed you.
Was Lynn Dawson the QB? You would think with how long the winning streak against the Chiefs and Broncos is that Lynn Dawson might have been the quarterback, but nay, it was not. This goes back to Alex Smith, though, for sure. I think we're at 13, Chris.
It's all right.
13 games. I really want the Chiefs now to make it 17 so it can be like a perfect season, because no one's ever achieved a 17-0 season. But the Chiefs could, in theory, win playing the Broncos. That's how shitty the Broncos are.
The streak ends this season.
Does it?
Mark,
does it?
I will bet you.
Does it?
I will bet you the streak ends this season.
Okay, let's go.
All right, it's a deal.
I get paid out 2-1 because there's 2 games.
And you got to throw it in the Discord to make it official. All right. Great to see you, Moab. Yeah. So, guys, before we go, we have a lot of big content coming up your direction. So don't hit that follow button if you're here. Make sure you guys are here each and every time we go live. We're live Wednesdays and Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern time. If you're on the West Coast, you get a bonus. You can catch us a little earlier. So there you go. And make sure you're here for all of the division. We're going to start previewing divisions starting this Wednesday coming up. So make sure you guys are here, or this coming Sunday. I'm sorry. I'm so thrown off, man. I think it's like Sunday today. This coming Sunday, we're going to be kicking that off. So make sure you guys if you want to know, I don't know what divisions we're starting with, Scotty. Maybe we save the best for last, the AFC West, but we typically go AFC North, NFC North, AFC East, NFC East, and we kind of like.
Or we might just start with the trash divisions like Washington football team. I don't even know who else is in that division, but let's start with Washington football team. Let's get them out of the way.
I mean,
I'm just kidding, Pierre. We do have a trivia question, Chris. Reckoning asks, what AFC team has failed to beat the Steelers since the late 2000s? Which is a bizarre question because how do you define the late 2000s? So that's in itself kind of a weird question. But I almost want to guess the Broncos.
wait.
Who hasn't beat the Steelers since the late 2000s? It's not the Broncos.
It's not the Broncos. Broncos have beat the Steelers since. I want to say, I'm trying to think of maybe like in that division.
No,
but
it's not a division opponent because they play too much. It's an AFC, obviously. It's outside the division.
Raiders?
It's probably not the Jags. I mean, the Jags beat them in the playoffs since then, so that doesn't count.
Raiders?
I might go like Jets? Jets, maybe?
Dolphins, AFC. AFC.
Yeah. Mackey's on with me. The Jets.
Colts. Colts nailed it. Reckoning. It's the Colts. A Mandalorian got it. There you go, a Mandalorian.
The Colts.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Mackey trying to say it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs have beat every team in the AFC in the last like 2 years. Okay. Or 3.
Let's get Scotty off his soapbox.
Bow to the motherfucking greatest.
Oh my goodness. On that note, we need to get out of here. Scotty's drunk. He needs the he's cut off.
I mean, the Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Reckoning slash Scotty.
Anyway.
What?
I don't hear the audio, so I will drink though.
There you go.
I do understand that. Yeah, people, Diacol, you're wrong. But all right, why? Why am I wrong?
Reckoning Scotty needs the detox now, says a Mandalorian. It's gonna be a fun football season, and it's only gearing up. It's only getting so better and better. We're gonna be so hyped.
So hyped to prove you all wrong. I cannot wait.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
And then you just have to bow to. I assume everyone will bow to me, even if I can't see them. They'll be bowing in chat, Chris.
Oh man,
to the motherfucking greatest. I'm just. How do I say this, Chris? I'm smarter than everyone else.
Wait.
How do I say that?
Hold on. Wait.
Without being arrogant.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm literally just trying.
Wait. What was that again? Sit. Are you sure? So Scotty. Huh? Oh, nothing. Nothing.
I cannot hear you, Chris. Can you hear me? Hear me. Now I can hear you. Chris?
I'm just messing with you. You doing all these things. You're doing all these things.
Sharon made a good point. You're smarter than everyone else except me. You're apparently exactly as smart as me. That's true. I've never met someone as brilliant as me until maybe Chairman. I mean, let's see. We got to continue this streak, Chairman. But you're right there, Chairman. You're the only person I would call as brilliant as I at picking NFL teams and games. So, congratulations, Chairman.
Moon Princess, it's like he's trying to speak to me. I know it. Sometimes we just got to turn the loudness down on Scotty. That's all we got to do.
Did you turn me off? I thought you just turned yourself off. I couldn't hear you. Did you turn us both off? That's bad. That's bad Twitch stream, Chris.
Oh, no. No.
No one was hearing anybody?
Loud and clear, Scotty. Loud and clear.
Chairman just said, I have no idea what you said. Chairman, I'm sorry. I said, I don't even know what I said now. I said, hey, you're right. You're the only one who's touched my greatness, Chairman. We'll see if you can continue on that path, essentially.
You're muted again.
I am literally not gonna. This is my last stream, guys. If I'm gonna be muted, I'm not gonna join this.
Oh, I'm
done.
We're just having fun with you, Scotty.
I'm done on this stream. This is it,
guys. We're just having fun tonight. Hey, so it was nice seeing you, Scotty, again. Wait, hold up. Touch your greatness. Wait, I don't even know. Okay, Oh, don't worry, Reckoning. I'll be your Reckoning will be my co-host.
Mackie, I love that you've touched my greatness.
Weird.
Bruh.
All right, so that's gonna do it here tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. I don't see too much out there. We're just gonna call it a night, guys. We're not gonna rate anybody tonight. But
can people hear me right now, Chris?
Yeah, people can hear you. You're good.
I don't know anymore, Chris. I don't know.
What?
I'm no longer comfortable on this stream.
It's okay, Scotty. It'll be okay, says Joker. You'll be good.
I'm upset.
All right, so we're gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for all of the love, all of the bits, the follows, everything, the raid earlier on from who was it? That was Rowdy Time. Thank you so much. We will be back here live Wednesday or Sunday. We will be
Damn
back.
it, Chris.
I am. Can I mute myself? Back here Sunday.
Can I mute you? I would love to mute you, like more often than you'd think.
I like drunk Scotty, says the Mandalorian.
Yeah, as we all should. I'm a good time.
Guys, go out, be a good person. The rest of this week, it's all downhill from here. Whether your work weeks, your school week, your whatever you have going. Make sure you guys are good people out there in the world and go live in the moment a little bit. Put the phone down. Enjoy people's company. Be a good person, damn it. That's all you got to do. And, you'll be in good shape. And we appreciate it because you guys are the best community in the world. So I know you guys are going to go be good people anyway. So thank you so much. Again, join our Discord, join our socials if you have not already. I'll be posting all of this to our podcast. If you missed some of the show, go back and check it out. And then we have all of our socials as well to jump in and catch any content we have coming out on Twitter, TikTok, all the good things. So, Chris, watch your back with Scotty. I will. MPJ is the reason there's no hot. It's hot, so hot outside. Peace out, boys. Yeah, there we go. All right, and join Thrive. Join Thrive too. Link in the chat.
Reckoning wants me muted more often, Chris. I'm not comfortable with that.
I got to keep him happy. I got to keep my guy happy over there.
Yeah. This was fun though. I'll be back again on Sunday, whether you guys like it or not. So I'll be here ready to go, and we're gonna start covering divisions. I'm excited about it.
I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited. Everyone's gonna be on the same page, Chris. I really feel good about division predictions and everyone being with us.
Yeah, no, I think there's gonna be a lot of we want your guys' input too. Like I know there's a lot of interesting divisions. Obviously the AFC West we've talked a lot about, but we haven't dove into a lot of the other ones. Like there's a lot to talk about. So make sure you guys are there. Hope you're ready for Soccer Hell to come out. Okay, we'll do it. Let's make it happen.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Soccer Hell or Health. What does Yinzer mean? What is Yinzer mode? What does that mean?
Yinzer mode? Is that? I don't know. Is that
like a Canadian thing?
I want to say.
What does Yinzer mean, guys?
It sounds like a Jewish thing, maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Moab. Chris does have a sister that he's trying to keep off his back. This Chris does not have a sister.
Nope.
Only child. As far as I know, Chris, are you hiding something from us?
I'm hiding it from myself if that's the case.
Yinzer's a Pittsburgher.
Oh, Okay, there you go.
Well,
the more you know.
Sucks to be a Yinzer.
I don't know. It sounds like something. My bad. I don't know.
I would not want to be a Yinzer.
Jewish.
I mean, Do you remember Bane destroying Yinzer country in Batman? What was the third one in that one? Dark Knight Rises? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. The field just collapsed. Yeah. Chris secretly Aaron Rodgers.
Secretly is Aaron Rodgers' brother. That actually, you kind of look like Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
And he doesn't talk to me anymore. He disowned me and the rest of the family.
Then you're definitely his brother. All right, time to go because
it is time to go, guys.
Think I'm making sense?
It's time to go.
Fair enough.
It's what's that song? You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Chris looks more like Todd Haley. Another good
one.
Chairman likes drunk Scotty.
All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you back here Sunday. Love you.